Greetings and salutations. This is the Fairly Dinkum podcast, and welcome to Studio 2.
Woo! Finally.
Thanks,
We're
fuck.
finally alive.
Today we are with the same crew, but we have still got the new bloke here.
Finally,
episode,
Fairly Fordy.
Fairly Fordy's here.
Fairly Fordy. G'day, everyone.
He's made it.
Man,
Finally.
come on.
After we finally spent a weekend and a few days setting up Studio 2 half properly.
Yeah,
Too
Probably
bad.
about
it took a little
halfway.
bit, but we got there. We got it
Yeah.
done.
Yeah,
But yeah, we still got more shit to do. We're not
a
gonna
lot more
fucking-
shit. A lot more shit to buy, really.
Yeah,
Got heaps of stuff to buy.
a
Heaps
lot of the
stuff.
funds. We need more of the funds, but it's alright. We'll get there.
money.
Yeah. Give me your fucking money.
See, you ruined it.
Already from 10 minutes.
It's done. It's done. It's gone. Moments passed.
It's already got, mate. We've already done a second.
So, yeah, we've finally moved in here. We'll stick in here for the most part.
Yeah.
But we've started actually thinking about other content we can make too, now that we have a little creative space.
Little channels, if you would. Little
Oh,
offsets. Not new channels.
not new channels, but little shows that
Yeah.
split off under the Fairly Dinkum branch.
We've got a whiteboard with like new suggestions.
You might be able to see it. Not
And
too
ideas, but we'll probably show a little sneak peek or a glimpse of it maybe at the end of the episode.
a
Or
little
something like that.
turnaround sort of
Sure.
thing.
We might make a trailer for what's coming up on the channel
Yeah,
itself.
we'll just take like a photo of it and you can read it really quickly. It'll be like split second.
No, but that's got all our secrets on it.
Yeah, that's
It
why I
does.
only take a photo of stuff that could come up.
We could do
The
like
one show we've got written up there that we
No,
have
not
filmed
just,
the
like, not
mock-up
just the
episode
one
of.
show, like we can talk, we can put shit on there for say another episode we've got coming up that we want to talk about.
Well, I was thinking what we do
We
on
get
there.
Fairly Mark on there.
Now that we've got that there, we can actually have a weekly table of the year and we can put who we're having on that week. And then they have to commit. And
they
we
do
commit
have to commit.
to those weeks because they're
Mhm.
scheduled in then.
Yeah,
And we make it a scheduled thing,
which is
which will keep everything schmick, I reckon. And then there's no stuff, there's nothing going on where we can't come in and do an episode or someone else. We're not looking for people to jump on with us.
Yeah.
How can we schedule it? Have people say if you Fairly, no one wants to come on when he does his marathons.
Oh,
He said he's doing
fucking hell.
marathons.
yeah.
He said once if we're still doing this when he's doing his marathons, which we will be. He said he'd love to jump on
What
and
type
talk
of
about that
marathons
sort of
does he do?
stuff.
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
that'd be
What type of marathons does he do?
Oh, I assume the North marathons.
Oh, does he run?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's,
Oh, I thought you meant some marathon for like drinking or something.
No, like running marathons.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know he did that.
he's honestly like lost a bit of weight, man. Like he's looking healthy.
I
Yeah,
know
he's
he's.
pretty
I
fit,
know
eh?
he's bulked up a bit, but
Yeah.
like it was from the last time I saw him was at the pub. I think it was the last time I saw him.
Yeah.
He bulked up a little bit, but yeah.
No, it'd be schmick that on. Maybe play a few drinking games.
Yeah,
fucking right.
no, he's keen on, like I said, he's keen on jumping on. But see, something like that, I think he was talking maybe March. So
I-
stuff like that, you got to schedule in. You can't
I do have an idea, but it's a long shot. Say if one of us have like a spare small barbecue or something, when we have like a proper guest on, like someone we barely ever have on, we have like a snag or two or a couple after the podcast.
Hmm.
So
Well, that depends on if there's someone that we don't want ratting our location to too, because then
yeah,
we're
but
going to do it
yeah,
at Studio
you
One.
understand? Like we can fucking just say, hey, come around. We'll have bloody barbecue. If we have say more than 4 or 5 people. You know what I mean? If we have 5 to 4 people, maybe.
Like a decent crowd.
Not every single week. We don't have to do it every single
Oh
week.
yeah, no, I know what you mean.
But like every now and then, so just so we can we can brainstorm more and
Yeah, it's a good idea. But see, you're better off not doing that on a Sunday night like this.
not
You're
on
better off
Sunday.
doing it
Like
on,
if we
a
have the
Friday or
podcast
Saturday.
on a different day, like
Like a Thursday or Friday.
yeah.
See, something like that, excuse me. We can make one of those. That's why I want to start scheduling stuff, because if we start putting out other shows and things, we're going to, excuse me again, we're going to need to schedule dates for when we do those shows. Like this is every Sunday.
Mhm.
That chess thing might be every Thursday night or something like that. And then that's like Friday, if it's on a Friday. Friday's a good night to do that
For a barbecue, yeah.
for a barbecue sort of thing,
And if
Barbecue
we
special.
decide to get munted,
which will happen.
it will happen.
More than likely.
It's the munted barbecue special.
Oh, this is the first view. I'm not
Oh,
sure if the-
actually, barbecue specials, they should be live streams. We should turn
Twitch
them into
streams.
live streams.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we still need to set up things, so it's
We
going to
have-
be a lot easier to Twitch stream. Like maybe project it so that way we can see if we have live viewers that we can read messages and stuff.
Well, I reckon we whack a TV up there or something, or in the corner, one of the corners or something.
Even just like you probably can't see it, but like a white screen right there. Throw a projector in the middle, throw it right there, which would be.
Projectors aren't, especially in this light, projectors aren't that.
You'd have to get a decent projector for that to work.
Yeah, and they're thousands of dollars.
Those type of curtains you can chuck on the back there, eh?
Well, that's still, it's a light issue.
Yeah, it's
if
true.
you got bad light, your projector. If you don't have a good projector, your projector doesn't really emit more than what your ceiling light or whatever outputs. So you can't really see it. But yeah, it's a lot to think about. But that's in time. We've got other things to buy and set up first. And
we got a lot to do, really. It's like, if you get a glimpse of the whiteboard, you'll get a glimpse of expenses that we've already put into the podcast room,
and it's still not actually what it should be.
It's not all of the money that we put into it, but it's still a fair bit of money. But like,
a lot more
especially
than
just
what
for
we're
like something we wanted to do. When did we even think about it? You just come up with the question of, I want to do something. I want to start a podcast, get back into YouTube, and I agreed with you straight away.
That was like last year, end of last year, sort of thing. But we started doing it, and it's got sloppy, but
it got sloppy. Like when we first started, we did it all the time. Like we never missed a single day, unless we got sick or something was like planned that week.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that affected it. COVID was one of them.
Thing,
yeah. All of us smacked it at once after beers in my house.
Yeah, actually, we haven't spoken about that realistically yet. I mean, we have, but things have happened.
You've mentioned it, yeah.
Yeah, but episodes haven't come out with that. But yeah,
like hopefully, like the more podcasts we do, the more drinking games we can make just out of the podcasts. Like,
definitely, that'd be fun as we could make a show out of us just watching the podcast and drinking to it. that'd just ruin us.
not to boost your ego or anything, but
yeah, just to like make a drinking game out of it. That's what it'd be. But see, you learn after a while to do things on the podcast, so you don't have to drink for the next game. You'd be on the podcast, you go, you think about all this list of things that you can't do. So when you have to look back at it later on, you go, I was about to do that, but now I don't have to drink.
And I'm just gonna fucking ruin that for you.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about last night? Clay doesn't know much, but Clay's listening on the story.
Nah. Well, there's not much to say, really.
It's an alright. It's not really much, but it's a story and a half, I suppose. Like,
it was an 18th birthday, really. That's all you can say.
Yeah, we just went to an 18th birthday last night.
So we played beer pong and listened to live music.
And I was dressed up as fucking Ron Burgundy, or whatever his name is. Fuck, I don't know.
I was dressed up as Caleb.
He was Caleb, and then he stole my vest or jacket, whatever you fucking call it.
Yeah.
Fuck, it was hot.
Jacket.
I got a fucking shave full up my ass crack. Loves it. I was there in this morning, big baby powder going, with my legs up in the sky. And I was proper just putting baby powder on there, trying to just run. I was burning.
Oh man, nothing's worse, eh?
Especially like I was in long jeans all fucking night and long pants and vest. I was just sweating. Everyone was like, "Fuck, did you have a shower before you come here?" I was like, "I've been here for like 2 hours and my hair's still not dry, just wet, full of sweat all night."
Oh, it's pretty hot, eh? It was pretty crowded at the beginning, anyway. It was pretty crowded.
Towards the end, it was pretty fun. Yeah. We had our best friend, fucking Joven.
Yeah, Joven was
there.
there.
Got up on stage and started singing. He was amazing.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking amazing.
He's a schmick singer.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he got up there. Remember, I'll bleep it out, but yeah, she does all the live music and everything. They had her do live music at Logan's.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, he must have went up and asked her if he could jump on the mic.
Yeah, he did. He said, "Should I go up there and ask? I want to play Stiffy."
Yeah, we all wanted him to play Stiffy.
We all wanted him to play.
Absolute banger. So maybe for an episode we could get Joven live to sing.
When we get Joven,
I was thinking about that. Yeah.
When we get Joven, because last night we were talking to Joven about being one of the news anchors for one of our skits. Instead of Bodie all the time, we mix it up every now and then.
Every once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, and Joven was like, "Yeah, man, just got to tell me what I got to do and say." And I'm like, "Righto."
What can I?
So, I mean, that's an idea. If we're struggling for content, we can.
Look, now I don't think it'll be struggling for content, but Yeah, like I said, we schedule that stuff. If we talk to him, we say, "Oh, look, you should come on the next 2 weeks." We whack it down, we go, and then we remind him like on a Friday or something, be like, "Oh, just a reminder, you coming on still on the weekend?" And then if he says no, then we find someone else to fill in or something.
What we do is that like we want people to come and shit like that, but I reckon we finish this room until there's only like a few things left we have to do, maybe 2 or 3 things left we have to do, and then we start inviting like random people, like say Joven or.
Yeah, definitely. We don't.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be too bad even if they come on and they just saw how it was, but it's better.
I reckon
If someone comes
I
on, they
would
just be like,
rather
"This
think
is Schmick and this is
more done."
professional." Yeah.
Like
I'd
that
rather
way.
I'd rather them walk into the door and say, "Wow."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
I think they'd say that now already.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they'd be
but like,
yeah, wow, man, you done so good, man. Like, I want the wow, like the expression on their face
like
when they're
holy fuck.
like this looks fucking dank, man.
Like there
Honestly,
is a
if I
lot.
walked in now and I hadn't seen any of this, I'd do that. I'd
Man.
just be like, "Holy,
fuck
this
that.
looks professional."
I came in to turn the power on in the room, and I was like, damn. Like, before you boys rocked up.
It's Schmick in
Yeah,
here.
before we rocked up, he had to put the bong away and everything. He's big Drogo.
You're rough, eh? Jeez, that's
Oh,
bloody
man.
wild.
Oh shit, he's a big girlfriend listens to this, doesn't she? Oh, shit.
There she will be now.
Will she? That's
Yeah,
rough.
That'll be good.
You gotta tell her to listen to the other episodes beforehand, though.
Oh, yeah.
She's gotta learn the story.
Learn the story. To
There's
build up.
law to us. We have law.
all the Skyrim volumes in the world.
we hide a book in a QR code at the wall in every episode. You got to scan it. You got to pause the episode and scan the QR.
That would be amazing.
That would
and
be
there's a
fucking
book
hilarious.
on the Fairly Dinkum website that it brings you to. Imagine that. That'd be
Oh, man.
awesome.
That would be dope. Maybe we could get it out printed as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like there's going to be a lot more ideas coming in. Like, I have a few ideas I still want to write up on the whiteboard for
Whack
future
'em up there,
Just
episodes.
gotta write
man.
it
Whack
up
'em up there.
Yeah.
At the end of every episode, I reckon we just sit here for a few minutes, write out what we think next week, stuff we can talk about, what's coming up next week. So if there's a party on, we'll fucking line that up. And if it's interesting, the party's interesting, something interesting happened, we just put it up there.
Yeah, but now that we got that, we can just start whacking ideas. I reckon we might need another one because that will get filled up quicker.
It will get filled up quick.
One on the bottom there, the bottom of it.
I reckon. All right, I was thinking about just one beside it, maybe.
You got another space over here, right?
Yeah, that's true. See there.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's very true.
there's still a lot of things we need to touch up for the room, especially if we do get guests on. Like, this table's way too big, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to get around with like all these microphones and equipment. So
Yeah.
that's going to be the first thing that changes. Maybe new lighting, like more white light.
Definitely. That there.
We could. It's all right. We could change it out, but I'm more thinking of like ring lights, new LEDs. I'll also like editing wise, looking at like new backing tracks, new background music and stuff to get me like made up.
Yeah.
Are we gonna try that for this episode?
No, we don't have any.
Don't
Yeah.
have it yet. I have to talk
Okay.
to a few people and then pay to get some made up where we can loop it around and make it sound schmick.
I reckon you're wasting your money, eh?
I reckon I am
Why
not.
can't we just try one for free? Because
That's
we're not monitored.
that's what I'm. That's what I'm
Because-
gonna do.
Free only gets you so far. You pay for the good stuff.
Yeah, but I understand. But like we're doing a demo. Like it's
Yeah.
we want to try it out first. But I reckon what you do is just
Look at some loyalty free stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even want Lord. Like I said 2 years before, I know there's people around here that produce music, so I'll talk to them and see if they can make up a few different tracks, a few sample tracks for us, and then we choose what we like, and then we ask them if they can improve on it or whatever, and then if they sound good, then we put them on, and if not, if we don't like it, then we go for an expensive idea,
Yeah.
because then they get exposure through Fairly Dinkum
Which
or whatever.
also helps. Like, what we want to do is like give exposure to like little businesses or companies or people that are content creators.
That's right. Yeah,
And that-
100%.
That's the main thing.
That's like our goal, and if we can do that, that's schmick. But if that's not what we want, then I reckon we go for either a more expensive idea or something that we can all agree on, or that we actually like.
But like, I'm really touchy about my audio. I'm a bit of an audio head, and like I have a lot of good samples and stuff. Like, I would like to give out to like, you know, if we find someone around here, just to get that baseline of where they can start and sort of pitch to where like
Yeah,
we're designing it to go.
Yeah, we can do that. I'll talk to you about it after this finishes.
Yeah.
I'll talk to some guys tonight. We'll talk about it because then if we get one made up or we get a few sample packs made up or something for next week's episode, we can go through it and check it, and we can just talk back and forth between through the week and see what we can get going. And if nothing comes out of it by the end of the week or whatever, then we can pay. We've spent so much money already.
We have spent a lot of money. We have spent a lot of money.
It's ridiculous how much money.
And it's a ridiculous amount of money what you want to spend for 3 minutes of music.
But the thing about it is you can loop it, and sometimes you can talk them into making a longer track.
Baby.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh,
You can talk them into a longer track.
Yeah, sure. I'll grab it. It's
Like,
alright.
You grab it.
For those who don't know, I'm just going to say the price anyway. It's $90 for 3 minutes of music
I'll just put my empties down.
created, but you're going to be putting in your input on like how they create it, and if you don't like it, things you want to change, you change that
Fucking
with them.
deal with it.
No, he's talking about how he's going about it. Yeah, bloody monkey.
But yeah, it'd be dank.
Sorry, I'm pretty rude to the audience. I just don't.
We
do
should
that.
kick him off, eh? He's so rude.
If you kick me, I started this company.
You started it?
Oh no! What was it? The Spider-Man meme? You can't do this to me.
You can't do this.
I started this company.
We'd better get rid of you.
It's like that episode of Space Force that I watched today. It's fucking,
No, don't spoil it for me. Go
I'll
say
never
it.
lie to you. I'll
No.
never lie for you.
No, you can't spoil it for me. I want to watch it. No spoilers. I want to watch it.
Fucking faggot.
No spoilers. We'll come back next week and talk about Space Force.
No.
That was we'll do a full loop because the first episode we put out was us talking about Space Force.
It was.
So, no talking about Space Force till I can talk about Space
Man,
Force.
I haven't even watched it today.
Fuck,
You
you gotta
catch
watch
up.
it. It's fucking
Man,
hilarious.
I've been
two
watching
seasons.
a regular show, man.
Space Force way
I thought you
better.
said you're watching a Veg Time.
Yeah, I was, and then I switched to regular show.
So you're just watching all the Cartoon Network songs?
Fucking hell.
Oh, songs? Sorry, videos.
Nothing wrong with the
Series.
Cartoon Network.
The old Cartoon Network, not what it is now.
I used to love like
never had Cartoon
getting up
Network,
like
so I
3
don't know.
o'clock in the morning and watch Yu-Gi-Oh. Fucking hell, it used to be so much fun.
Where's that cat bag?
Where is the cat bag?
Is it there?
Sure is.
Cheers.
We do have a cat bag, in case you didn't know.
Tell them about the cat bag.
So what we're gonna do with this cat bag, we're gonna collect a fuckload of cats. So when the nuclear apocalypse comes, we're rich. We'll just shove it in your face. But no, we're collecting it. Like once we get a large enough following, we're gonna fucking every bottle cap we get, we're gonna probably donate it to something.
Yeah.
It's in the long run though, but we are collecting every single cap.
We'll donate however many worth is equal to a certain amount of money to a charity or something. And what we'll actually do with the bottle caps after we count them is
Make a table out of them.
Yeah, we'll make an epoxy table out of them, which will be schmick, and then we might make that here for this table, and everyone can see it and be schmick as.
Yeah, it would be.
We've already started collecting bottle caps elsewhere. These are just the podcast ones.
Yeah, podcast.
That's come from the
got other
podcast.
ones.
We're not like we're only gonna try to keep it in the podcast, but when we build the table, we might grab some extra ones just so we can have a variety of different colors.
Yeah, there's so
So
many
whenever we
caps.
drink as a bottle in the podcast, we're gonna put the caps into that bag.
I
there.
think we'll get a bucket.
Well, I reckon
like
it's
what's
this
at my
bloody
house.
Skittle bucket here.
Yeah, once we finish that, we'll
Yeah,
use the
use
Skittle
that.
I have a big bucket of Skittles in here.
Yeah,
Bring
I
it out. I
haven't
want some
Bring
Skittles.
out the Skittles
Skittles.
bucket.
Skittle break.
Start it. Hang on.
This is packed with Skittles.
It is packed with Skittles.
It is
so,
just it's a fucking bucket of sugar, really.
if you know 40, ask him for some Skittles.
If you see me on the street, swear to God, if you fucking ask me for Skittles,
He'll show you Skittles
He
swirling around your
fucking-
face.
He fucking pulls out a fucking Skittle out of his pockets, like all washed and shit.
I'll carry a small bag of Skittles in my pocket, just in case.
Look out for Fairly Fordy on the street.
Fuck.
He carries Skittles around. You gotta do that now.
I'll keep them in my
You
wallet.
have to do it now.
I get them little packets.
There's little sandwich bags you put like
No.
ganja in.
Those little packets that you can get, the little square ones.
Mm-hmm.
So you slip it in there so it looks like a framer. So when you pull it out halfway, someone's like, no. You go, what? You just said you wanted Skittles.
No, fucking, you know, he can get real fucked up for that because if he has that, like, it's like a little square bag that, like, usually carries drugs, but, like little square ones. And if he had, like, say 2 to 3 Skittles in there, they'd probably think it's MDMA.
I'm not talking about little plastic bags. I'm talking about the little bags that you can actually get of Skittles. You can get little, like, snack pack bags of Skittles.
Oh,
Is mine.
I meant,
This one needs to go away.
I thought we were trying to get rid of these Skittles, though. That's what I thought.
Oh,
Instead of buying
you're having
more
to hand out the
Skittles,
Fairly Dinkum Skittles. The
instead
podcast
of
Skittles.
fucking buying more Skittles, we get rid of these Skittles.
You can buy these Fairly Dinkum Skittles in our merch store for $1 a Skittle.
Tell you what, yeah,
We get a nicker and we write
That's
F
$1.
and a D on every single one.
Fucking
that's
hell.
$1. Every time Clay swears, I'll put another one there. Don't say it full sentence of swearing because I'll miss a few.
This is weird taste on this alcohol and this
He's drinking a pure blonde.
Pronunciation.
It's
Thank
called
you.
blonde. Just blonde.
Just blonde.
It's a green bottle. It makes no fucking sense.
Label's white.
That's not blonde.
It's not blonde.
That's close enough.
No, it's not.
If I had a plastic cup,
You see a
clear
white
cup,
car, you say it's a blonde car? No, you fucking don't.
I have one thing that I really
You got
want
me
to
there.
do.
You got
I
me
want
there.
to play on the podcast Dungeons and Dragons.
No.
Yes.
No.
I did see it in another podcast.
Doesn't
and we
that-
are quite technically going to copy of them, but I want to.
That's not happening on a podcast.
Doesn't
No,
that
Make
take
another
like,
show out of it.
that takes like 4 hours, doesn't it?
Yeah, make another show out
No,
of it.
you can make it split systems out of it. Like you can cut it and then have another gap for another week.
No thanks.
Let's play Monopoly with all of our money, and when you go bankrupt, you actually go bankrupt.
Actually lose your money. Whoever wins like heaps of money. Real money.
Like
And
everyone's just digging out of their savings.
Then get out of jail free card like is an actual real life get out of jail free card.
There's only a few games where you feel like you're actually going to punch your fucking mates, and Monopoly is one of them.
Halo multiplayer as
I've
well.
never had much anger playing Monopoly, but that's because I always win.
He lies. No, well, fucking...
I mean, I've never versed any of you guys, but I always win whenever I play Monopoly.
No, we
so-
played. Me, you, and...
Oh, Benny.
Yeah, Benny, yeah.
And I think I won that game.
Yeah, she did. She's stupidly good.
Yeah. See, my aim of the game, if you play Monopoly, is just to buy everything as quick as you can. I don't know if that works for everyone else, but that generally works for me.
Yeah, and that's the fucking thing that makes me hate you, because all I want is fucking Mayfair.
And then he lands on it. And
All I
he
want is
fucking gets
Mayfair,
it.
you daft
First
cunt.
one
Because
that-
I'm willing to trade you just about everything for it, because you get them 2 blue squares.
That's it, man. You put hotels on them, you win the game.
It's like if anyone who lands on it, man, gone.
bankrupt.
It's like
Instantly.
a headshot from behind.
The silent killer.
And then your technique is to just buy everything you land on, not save anything, and then you're broke, but you're slowly piecing your money back.
But you never technically broke because someone statistically always lands on something that you've bought.
Exactly. And then if you do get half fucked over, you just start trading stuff.
Pretty much.
And you
you've
trade the
always got
cards you
assets.
don't need.
That's right.
I played Monopoly with Connor and all that, but they have a Dragon Ball Z Monopoly. Sorry, a bit of a nerd, but it's pretty fucking dope. I love it so much, and I love playing that one. But Connor always gets those two blue buildings or characters.
I reckon he's got rigged dice.
Fucking annoying.
Do loaded dice, they don't benefit you in Monopoly, man. Because
What do you mean?
everyone's using the same set of dice.
Oh yeah, for Monopoly, yeah. But really, rigged dice doesn't work for anyone.
Unless you
Like
have your
loaded
own.
dice.
Unless
Not really. Not unless you swap it out,
It has
and then you swap it back. Like if you're playing,
Sleight of hand.
yeah, if you're playing anything with a pair of dice, everyone uses that pair of dice. So unless you have sleight of hand and you can swap it out for when it's your turn, and you swap it back after your turn, then there's
Fair enough.
no purpose. I don't know. I don't see what you would use a loaded dice for.
I'm still yet to go to the casino. Like when we went to
I've never
Jovan
been.
for Jovan's birthday.
It is a
party,
fun time.
we were supposed to go there, but no, we went to go see his brother play in the band live. Fucking cool.
Jovan's brother.
Yeah, Jovan's older brother.
Yeah, right.
So it's good. That was for his birthday in Townsville. Fuck, that was fun, man. I got that drunk. I tried to fight people, and I invited some stranger to the hotel room, and then Nathan Ball was going off and he shit at him. It was kind of real sketchy. He's bald and he's following, like looked like a proper crackhead. I'm just like, I'll fucking fight you. First minute, and then the second minute, nah, you're right, bro. You're right, bro. I was that fucking drunk, and then I pulled out. I was on one of them scooters in Townsville, and I pulled out my card, and I thought it was PayWave, and I just kept slapping my card on it. And there's a whole like line of these scooters. So you fucking don't take my money, and kicked the scooter, and all the other scooters fell down the whole road. I was that drunk there.
So it's like I'm not going to Townsville with you.
That was in Townsville. First time ever going out in Townsville.
Townsville's okay.
Too much money that night. That's a story for another time when Jovan gets on.
Next week.
Yeah.
Next week?
Okay.
We'll message him after this and see if he wants to come on next week.
Sure.
Unless, make it look better before he comes on.
We'll make it look better by then.
You reckon?
Yeah,
We can get that other set of foam up, and we'll probably have a bit of other gear by the end of the week, so probably look a bit better.
I want to get some more LEDs.
Yeah, it goes.
Hopefully a small fog machine as well.
Yeah, look at J-Cup.
Yeah, I'll go look in there.
Check this chemical.
Pretty good. Yeah, alright. What do you
Hey, man.
You want to talk about a COVID experience?
I mean, yeah, why not?
I mean, you don't really have one because you're vaccinated and you
still
went to
working.
work
Yeah.
because you're on a farm,
No, I'm vaccinated too.
but you got it and they didn't want you to come to work,
Yeah.
But it didn't really. I don't think I.
and you didn't really have any symptoms.
I didn't have anything really. And I was talking face to face with my boss, and he had COVID. He tested positive for COVID, and I was pretty much like tongue punching him.
Fair enough. What kind of work are you in?
Tongue punching fart boxes.
Why were you tongue punching your boss?
Essentially, I mean it as a figure of speech as I was that close talking to him.
He's about to tongue punch you, right?
Come closer. He's about to get excited.
God damn.
So do you want to start us off with the story? Because I think we all got
I
a...
reckon
Yeah,
he used
well,
to- I
so-
reckon he used to take it off.
Well, I think so. Where it all came from was I don't know who originally had it. It could have been you, could have been me.
Yeah,
I don't know, but had beers at my house, right? And we're all chilling, drinking, listening to music, making drinking games out of
Out of
videos.
this podcast.
Yeah, and after the night, had a good time. Nothing too major, and then next day I go to work and throat's a little bit iffy, but whatever. And then by the end of the day, my throat's just aching. It's just red raw, and I started driving home. On the way home, just I was struggling to keep my eyelids open. I was debating on swerving off the side of the road. I felt real weak. By the time I got home, I nearly just blacked out. I was that weak, and then and then later on, I think it was on that Monday, I was looking through Snapchat, and I think you said you got COVID or you tested or something like that.
on the Tuesday.
On Tuesday, yeah. Well, on Tuesday, that's when I decided I'd go get a PCR test through the drive-through. And then whenever I saw you say that you had COVID, I'm like,
I've definitely got
I've definitely got it. Then I was just waiting for them to say I had it. Really?
Yeah, because I think you were home on the Tuesday anyway. weren't you?
Yeah. I woke up and I was like, nah, this is a different sickness because to be so sick that you're just tired and exhausted all the time, that rarely happens unless you get a bad flu.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what it is. It's just a really bad flu. And I think I was the same. I think Monday I was working. I think I wasn't really that bad. I didn't really have a bad throat or anything. I was just coughing constantly. I was like, this is bad. I'm coughing, and I'm working at people's houses and stuff, and I'm coughing everywhere, and I'm like, oh.
And
you try just to hide it. Stuff. No, well, I cough away from them. I feel it coming on, and I go, oh, well, I'll walk outside and I'll cough outside or whatever. And it was hot too. I was sweating everywhere, and it's through secretion that it transfers. So I was like, shit, if I'm sweating all over people's floors or sweating on, like, next to people and stuff like that, and if I've got COVID, then they're going to get it.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, yeah, having coughs and stuff, I was like, oh, think nothing of it. Go home, start editing the latest episode or whatever it was, and start getting, like, really bad headaches and stuff that night. I was like, oh, I've probably got COVID. I think maybe a week before, I think Fairly Kelsey had it at
Mark's party.
Australia Day.
Yep.
And I was like, I think I got COVID. Anyway, I left it. And I was like, oh, I'll see how I'm feeling in the morning. I'll wake up a bit earlier, see how I'm feeling, and if I still feel bad, I'll send a text into work, and then I'll go from there. And that's what I did. Wake up, still felt like I had a pretty sore throat and a pretty bad headache. So send a text into work. I'm feeling pretty sick. Do you want me to come in, or do you want me to stay home and get tested? And yeah, they told me to stay home and see if I could get tested. So I spent all day trying to find RATs and managed to find some right at the end of the day and got tested. And yeah, come positive. So had 7 days off originally, which is what I think you had as well.
Yeah.
And then I think the Tuesday, I don't know what you done. I think you just played video games all day, didn't you?
I think most of us just play video games, really.
Well, first day I think I finished editing that podcast, and then maybe that night I was just playing video games. But for the rest of the week, we were all playing games.
We had, pretty much everyone playing video games.
Maximum, I reckon there was 7 of us
playing
games.
Playing not Mario Kart, fucking Minecraft and golf and
golf, everything. We're playing Game Beasts the whole show.
It was fun.
It was good fun.
It was good fun.
Makes me want to get COVID again. I had no symptoms and it was just a breeze for me.
Yeah, I copped it. I was just on throat lollies 24/7.
Yeah. I think I got a sore throat one night and I just had a lozenge and it just numbed it and that was it.
I was eating throat lollies like Skittles, man. Just handfuls at a time. Nah, I'm good, bro.
They're good. I'm craving them now. They're like a necessity to my body now. Can't live without them.
I love rotting my teeth.
Yeah. Look like you're getting sick, eh?
Me? Hay fever, man.
No. Fair enough.
Going back to the house, been a while since I stayed at the house for like a couple of hours. so went back there and laid on my bed. Fucking fell asleep, woke back up. I could not stop sneezing. Happens to me every single morning, but I don't think it's ever been this bad before. It's lasted me all day. And so I took some Zyrtex, and then it went away. And then I bumped my nose when I was doing something for Dad, and then once my nose gets off, it fucking goes off for a while, and I hate the thing so bad. And so say if I was to get into a fight or something like that, like boxing was never good for it because I'd always get punched in the nose. I'd have like a 5-10 minute sneezing fit.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, it always happens to me.
That's
why I look a bit dead right now.
Are you allergic to anything?
No.
I believe so.
No, neither am I. But I heard that you can slowly form an allergy to
You can
something.
develop allergies, yes.
Yeah, my dad did.
Yeah?
You can grow out of allergies too.
He did that too. Because before he was at the mill and everything, he used to pick fruit. And he used to do mangoes all the time. And you know how the sap burns you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He used to get it on him so much that he developed an allergy to it.
Oh yeah.
So if he got any little bit of sap on
break
him,
out in hives.
something like that, I think, yeah.
Because Mark, when he does gardening, he breaks out in hives. Anything involving plant life,
Yeah, right.
it just gets if it covers him, he breaks out in hives.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I didn't know that until his mum told me.
You feel like doing it so much would give the opposite effect.
Honestly, what?
Like,
Yeah,
it would give
maybe.
you almost an immunity. Like, yeah, there's that circumstantial, like, burn or, like, bit of a rash out of that
In
mango
little
sap.
doses, I think it would.
Yeah, small
Yeah.
doses.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Smaller, consistent doses, rather than for Mark if he's on the farm, if he's constantly doing garden work and stuff like that, then he's got more. I don't know what the word is.
Well, that comes from, like, a story. I think it's a story, or it could be real, of a king who just took small doses of poison every day because he had the fear of being poisoned. And then,
and he gained immunity for it.
yeah, he gained immunity, but then again, later on,
He died from it.
yeah, there was a siege to his castle, and he tried to off himself by taking.
Yes,
And
I heard this story before.
It didn't work, and yeah, he just got absolutely slaughtered. And I actually think
He
that
should
is
have
based
committed
on a true story.
seppuku.
Yeah, but like that's gross. There's blood everywhere, man. That's just
Didn't
gonna
want to
leave.
get the gold sheets.
That's gonna make a mess for the next new cleaner. I mean, the original one's dead.
Do you know what seppuku is, Caleb?
No, I'm not.
It's
I'm not gay.
offing yourself with a samurai sword.
I'll cut your head off if you stab yourself.
Exactly right.
That's
pretty much
exactly it.
It's what they used to do. The Japanese officers and stuff
Hmm.
in the war. But if they knew they were going to lose, they'd stab themselves in the stomach to try to kill themselves. So they used to think that being imprisoned and being captured and all that stuff was worse than death.
It's not
Yeah.
respectable.
So they killed themselves. But samurai were the main things for it, because if you ever disobeyed your shogun, you'd stab yourself, and then a samurai would step beside you and then knock your head off.
Yeah, I know.
I used to love samurai lore and all that shit, so I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Samurais are dank.
They are dank.
That must be cool. I was thinking about your little story, and I was remembering when. Were you part of our little Tutankhamun shit? Little.
I definitely was in primary school. I
Remember that primary school?
big history buff over
Oh,
here.
mate,
I
you
very
were
much like my history.
We went on a little bit of a Tutankhamun fucking tangent, didn't we?
we were obsessed about Egypt at that point. We were obsessed about a lot of history things, but Egypt was a big thing.
Yeah, ancient Egypt, mate. That was it, eh?
Well,
We were looking for all, the secret tombs. and-
yeah, because there's always secret tombs. There's been some unraveling. There's been some.
It's like how discoverers find a new island once every 10 years. A new island develops and they find it and they name it. You can buy an island now.
You've always
You're
been
always
up
going to be
Mars.
able to. You're always going to be able to find a new tomb. Always, until you find them all, which is going to be fucking hard because there's a big desert out there.
Well, they've found tombs, and then so there's one in Egypt. I can't remember which tomb it's in, but there's a big mural inside, and they're debating whether the rest of this king's family is behind the mural. And now,
But they don't want to destroy
they,
it.
they don't want to destroy it, so now they've got to make a very rash decision to
Why can't they dig from the other side?
because I think the other side, I think it goes underground and then it's on the other side of a mountain. So to get to that point, you would have to go to
A
the
lot of
top.
digging.
A lot of digging.
Oh, wrong pipe.
Go on the side of the mountain.
Yeah,
It's
well,
still a lot of digging. But
it's still a lot
So
of
sorry,
digging.
guys.
You're right.
just cover away from the mic.
I tried. Wrong pipe. It went down the wrong pipe.
Fair enough.
Alright, keep going. So why? So they can't get into the mural. Is that what you're saying?
They can get into it, but it's priceless.
What is the mural made out of?
It's
Just
sandstone,
stone?
but painted.
Everything back then is sandstone.
Yeah, okay.
But
fucking.
what-
Why don't they just delicately move it?
See, it's very. It's
But
a
they've done
thick
it.
wall.
There's so many stuff
They have done it before.
they've done
but
it with the coffins.
Because it's
to move it, it is
ancient
massive.
heritage, ancient. It's all ancient, mate. You're not meant. It's all sacred stuff. Not really meant to touch it and move it. And
It's-
Which is true.
disturb it and stuff.
It-
But
It really comes to the point of who's going to be the cunt to make the call and then have nothing behind it.
that's what happens. Eh? That's
there's always going to be another tomb. Always.
Well, eventually they'll run out. But yes, for a long time there'll be tombs.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of years.
And I
And
don't
a lot
know
of dead
when
people.
the Earth's going to get destroyed or whatever, but
I like it. 6 billion years away.
It's 2.
You reckon?
I think it's 2.3
million years away.
billion. It's when the sun goes from what it is
Supernova.
now to
When it becomes a
When
Uh,
the
dead
gas,
star.
red
when
red
the
giant.
giant.
gas just deplenishes and then explodes or implodes.
It gets so hot that it just incinerates life.
Yeah, and
Its field incinerates surrounding planets.
everyone's just got to put on sunscreen before it happens. Really,
It's like that.
SPF
Have you guys
1000
seen
plus.
that? Sorry, we're going a bit off topic, but have you guys seen that movie where the sun like gets closer to the Earth.
Is that the sun flare?
I think it is. And then they were hiding in a cold room for like two full days, and then the fucking cold room started to melt. That's how close the sun was getting to the Earth. Like people were melting.
That's like
It
a
really
solar-
doesn't have to get that close.
It's like a
eh?
solar flare. It's like a whip, and it doesn't have to touch Earth. If it touched Earth, it would
It
fucking
would
just
scorch it and it
yeah.
probably
fucking
destroy
hell.
all
But-
life.
like even if it gets close enough, it can do the same.
But I'm
thing.
fairly sure if the sun gets, like, if the sun gets off track and moves a bit closer, the gravitational pull will just bring
The
Earth
sun
into
gets
it.
off track.
we get off track.
All right, go back to what you guys were talking about.
Well, we revolve around the sun, and the sun is just
That's our gravitation.
the sun is just chasing a black hole. Like
Essentially.
that's been proven.
Yeah.
It's
Everything revolves around a gravitational field.
But that's the thing. Like, there's games that I've seen before. Like you can muck around with like building your own galaxy, essentially, like shit. But I love how the fact that you can put two suns together and you watch them go like that, and they spin around each other, and then just explode.
Yeah, they'd eventually collide.
Yeah.
Just
And
like
it's
galaxies.
infinite. Like there was like it was a time lapse of like the next 3 hours. It was still spinning around each other, and then they eventually collided, and a fucking massive explosion. It's so cool. It's like you can build your own galaxies. You can terraform planets.
Just
and
like
shit. It's weird. I can't
yeah,
remember the name.
astronomy sandbox or something
Yeah,
like that.
something like
Galaxies.
that. It's really cool though to like muck around with that shit. I love space,
Oh yeah,
so
who doesn't?
You're talking to the bloody space expert here, mate. You see
Yeah,
the
mate.
big
That's nice.
telescope?
You're a big telescope.
I have a decent
Darcy.
sized telescope.
oh fucking Fairly Darcy. He's
Yeah, I
had a
know.
big
He used to have a
telescope.
massive. He used to be part of the
Space crew.
space club or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
yeah. So I can't remember what it's called,
Mm.
but he used to have a big one. We used to
Astronomy club or something. I think
go
it
to
was
his
astronomy
house
club.
and have a barbecue and look through the telescope and watch the moon and shit.
Yeah, it's crazy to think
big
about. You
rock
never
wall.
think that you never think about that we're just a rock in a big picture, like
A rock and a hard place.
your mind can't physically grasp how big the picture is.
Okay.
Like it
Yeah,
is
it's
insane,
yeah.
and it's cool to look into.
It's immensely massive. Well,
Yeah.
we're immensely tiny.
We are immensely. We are.
Compared to everything
We're not
else.
even dust in the wind.
I've got a
Yeah.
question. Do you think that there is extraterrestrial life?
100%.
Without a doubt, there's
That's
other
good.
life.
There's always going to be.
It doesn't have to be like what we depict aliens. I reckon it's more like biological. Like
Yeah, well, like,
Well, we've already
small.
proven that.
yeah,
They
that wasn't
found
it
them-
on Mars or something. like that?
They found them on Mars, but also you think about it like this: we're in a galaxy. You know, however many galaxies there are in the
You got the
universe.
Milky Way, fucking something else. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
But you think about it like this: there's however many planets. I think 7 or so planets or whatever there are
Yeah.
in our solar system
Yeah.
around our sun. Every star you see in the sky is another sun with their
Which-
own set of planets around them.
Yeah. But they're all
One
it's all
in-
different.
Hmm?
It's all like they're the same solar systems, but they're all spaced out because some suns are bigger than others.
Yeah, that's right. But
Yeah.
still,
it's
on
all,
average,
it's all
say
about
there's-
distancing for whatever
exactly
life
right.
needs.
Yeah.
So
But-
whatever. Yeah.
you think about that. Every system with their own star, with their own sun, with orbiting planets around it.
Mm.
One's got to be in the life. I think it's called the life zone. What you were talking about,
Yeah.
something like that, where there's a planet inside that zone between darkness and light, and
Yeah, so
Heat
kind of
and
like
cold.
us, like how we're in that perfect.
we're in that perfect
we're the
life
perfect
zone.
distance away from the sun and
Yeah.
perfect everything. That's why. Yeah, I understand.
You got to
what
think
mean.
of how many stars you see in the sky and the ones you can't see.
Yeah.
With their 7
Well-
or 10 or 3 planets around it that might have that life zone in it.
Well,
Yeah,
There's
that's
got to be life there.
that's also
Has to be.
something difficult for us because the way light travels is, light hits something, bounces back, and reflects into our eyes, and that's how we see things. Now, most, I wouldn't say half, but a lot of the stars you see in the sky or planets really far in the distance most likely aren't there anymore. Because if you went
Well,
out far
yeah, it
enough,
depends,
and
yeah.
if you went out far enough and looked back at Earth, you could see dinosaurs still because that light is still traveling from that point to where you are.
That's
there.
right. That's what a light year
Oh,
is.
really?
That's
Okay.
what light
Light
year
year
is.
is.
How many years I believe it takes for that light to travel to that destination?
Fuck yeah! I didn't know that.
I believe it's something like that. But yeah, Clay, that's what it is.
So I got another question.
That's why. Hold on, before you go to your question, that's
Okay.
why if you see a star just disappear in the sky like halfway through watching it or something.
Means it
That
exploded.
happened like it could happen 10 billion years ago.
It exploded.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
It takes
I remember
7 billion light years to get to you
Well,
or whatever.
There was a star explode, and we were able to see it. It happened, I think, millions of years ago, but we were able. That light finally came across to us, and it lit up the sky. I actually remember. I think I was driving home at that time at night time from Macca's, and like it lit up to daytime. Like it was just a white light. And it was only for like a split second and then faded away.
It'll be like a millisecond.
Yeah,
Like
but
a second.
it was
Kind of like
it
how
was,
like a lightning hits the thing.
Yeah.
It was
It'll
absolutely
be
insane.
instantaneous. Yeah.
And yeah,
What
It's
did you?
fucking cool.
What was
yeah,
your
it is
question?
really cool.
Question was, how long do you reckon it's going to take us to terraform Mars
Instantly.
from this point?
Well,
From this point,
If
How many
Elon
more
Musk sends his
years?
nukes over
how many
instantaneously.
more years until instantaneous? You reckon?
so
If he sends a nuke there, which is what he wants to do.
That's what he wants to
I
do,
haven't
yes.
read up on how the Mars mission is getting planned, but I know some because it was supposed to be originally at 2023, but I think they've changed the years. They've got I think 21 people signed up to go. Of course, like engineers, botanists, the main things you need over there.
And just
And-
random people.
Yeah, no, it's not random. You got to be qualified,
No, they got random people just going.
just like civilian.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
They had we could have gone. They had just a website and you put your
yeah,
name
it
down,
was
they
a
just
sign
choose.
up.
Oh yeah, and they picked out one of the people.
They picked out heaps of people.
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
heaps
all
of
I-
people
all I
going.
heard was that.
I also know for a fact that how they're building stuff is going to be pretty much 3D printed.
Yeah,
3D printed building.
3D printed from the it's from the organic, like from pretty much like the dirt off the planet, and they're building the houses with like a 3D printer essentially.
I reckon
They're going to be
massive.
sending
They're better
over
off-
materials,
Oh, I
and
was gonna say.
it's just gonna
It's
it's
works-
just gonna feed in.
I
and it's
reckon
just
they'd
gonna
be
be
better
able
off bringing materials that they know will work from here
Yeah,
to
that's
there.
true.
It's not going to be
Because they don't. I mean, they've got the rovers over that test everything, but
Yeah.
they don't know if their machines are going to cooperate with that
With the-
material.
See,
and stuff
you
like
can put up structures, but also that accounts for human error. That way, you have a big roller 3D printer, pretty much like.
that. Yeah, they bring over boxes of rolls and big printers, like not just the little industrial
Yeah.
ones that you see
No,
that are big as a fridge.
all I heard was that it was like on wheels and it has a certain track and just builds just certain house, and then you have to move it.
You'll have
And then
They could have ones like that, or they could have ones like what they have nowadays that they're like they
how
have.
like it's really massive and it just has a platform, and then it,
Yeah, like just like goops, like
Yeah.
makes houses, like
Yeah,
3D
yeah.
prints houses and stuff. Yeah, it just goops out.
it'll be
I
be
forget what it
really
is.
interesting to see. And
I'd love to watch it.
I could
It'll
only
take for hours,
if-
but
if it's gonna be in our lifetime, it's worth pulling a sickie at work. I reckon, like
watch
because
it.
that's gonna be probably the
one
next
for the
biggest
lifetime
step.
stuff.
You have
yeah.
to pull a week sickie. It'll take a while though.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
but
Well,
how
how
like,
long
takes
does it,
ages.
doesn't it take like more than a few hours? Doesn't it take like 2 or 3 days to get to Mars from Earth?
I think it takes a few months
I think it takes like 2 to 3 months.
because I know it takes a little while to get to the moon,
Think it-
which is insane, like immensely close.
I can't remember if it took hours or 2 days specifically to get to the moon.
A few days, I believe.
I think it was only 2. Like, of course, that's still a fucking distance to travel.
And then
And
Mars
there
is
is a
way
l-
further.
There's a lot of maths involved, and
Mm.
landing a rover is something, but landing like a shuttle people on it, like there's a lot more to
Shit tons of
account for.
people.
Yeah.
You've got to account for the gravity difference as well.
Yeah, but they've got all that. They should.
They
They should have all that information now
Yeah,
from
they've
all
got-
the rovers and all the little ships that they've sent over there.
No.
They should have all that information. Plus, now Musk developed his rockets that can land and take off again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Well,
So
yeah, that
it
was
shouldn't really, if ever like all his engineers do the math right, they shouldn't really have any issue flying over, landing, and then coming back if they have enough resource and fuel.
yeah. Well, originally it was. Oh yes, please. Originally it was just a one-way trip when they first started promoting it for people to sign up.
Thanks, man.
It was originally just a one-way trip. Like you sign up, you go there, you work, you live, just
I
to
think
see
it's-
how things go, and you die. But I think it's changed now to I can't remember how many years it is, but it's now going to be a contract visit, and resources will be taken over for people to return, which they haven't
I
fully
don't know.
understood the whole return part, but they reckon it is possible.
Do you
It
think?
probably is possible.
Do you think that when Mars is terraformed and it's all like glamorous and beautiful and shit like that, do you think it's just going to be the rich and powerful able to go there,
No.
and we'll all be left here, or like people who say just ordinary
At the beginning,
people who
yes.
make,
Now-
make like how like you're a boilermaker, you're an electrician, and I'm a farmer, like people that just do everyday things, everyday lives. I'm talking about billionaires. Would they be allowed to go there? Just them. And
But what
powerful
purpose would they
people.
serve in a raw
Exactly
society?
right. They've got
they
no
wouldn't really-
purpose. They need us.
But now,
to
see,
make them money as well.
that is a big question. My big question is,
Everyone had done it, but yeah, continue.
if say Elon Musk technically, like, you know, first person there, he's working with NASA and stuff as well, but who owns it?
No one.
Who owns what?
No one.
Well, are they going to try and
Who
make?
owns Mars?
No one.
Are they
can
going
own
to
Mars.
try and make
They made
segments in which you own?
No, they made it. I heard something.
Whoever.
about-
No, they have the space. They have space
they have a
treaties.
space treaty thing.
They have space
No one
treaties.
owns it. It's just. It's kind of like international waters. You know how you go to international waters? You
No,
build
That's-
these
that
fucking-
doesn't-
It's different.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah,
I'll check,
it'd
I'll
have to
check
be
this
different.
camera. Just wait a sec. You can keep going.
It would have to be different because I feel that could be dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Yeah, but that's
That's what
all
the
I've
Space
heard.
Force is all about.
Yeah, but that's all I've heard. Like that. It's kind of like international waters. Like no one owns Mars or the moon.
But in international
That-
waters, all laws go pretty much.
Essentially, right.
Some
That's-
laws
that's
don't count,
essentially-
and that's
like I think they have a few rules. I think
Yeah,
there's a certain
that's
type
what
of-
the space treaty is. They have international law, but no, it's like Antarctica basically. Like how there's laws there, but it's not a country and no one owns it.
No one owns it.
Everyone is part of a treaty there that says you can't do nuclear tests and this and that, but no one really owns it.
when you rock
It's sort
up,
of the
it'll
same
be
thing.
more of like a company work site.
No,
really,
I doubt
I think that's all it'll be for a lot of years.
Mars,
Yeah,
I doubt it.
100%.
it's gonna be.
It's just
You
gonna be
rock up there,
building-
you'll be working, you'll be building, and
It'll
whatever
be
the
first-
rules that are there will be
It'll
like
be-
rules from a company, really.
It'll be SpaceX. It will be SpaceX that get there first. And
well, they're teamed
and
up with
Musk.
NASA. Originally, they weren't, but now they are teamed up with NASA.
well,
That's
they've
gonna be a
always
thing.
been. They haven't been teamed up, but they've always had back and forth between
Yeah.
NASA, I believe. But they will go to like Musk, SpaceX. Basically, will be they will be the ones to go to Mars, and it'll be under Musk and his, overheads and underheads. Their guiding and their rules and things of how his SpaceX stations will have to be. And then I think over time, like the International Space Station, like internationally, when other people start to go over there, other than SpaceX and stuff like that, then they start to broaden infrastructure. I think then it'll become, the rules will sort of alleviate they'll change other than what SpaceX's guidelines are or this and that.
Yeah.
I think that's what'll happen. But it's like you said, it'll definitely, the first 20, 30 years will just be building infrastructure,
Yep.
farming, just trying to get things.
That's
So
what
life
It will
can
just be a 24-hour.
what they should
job.
do, but like, they should send like people who
It won't be 24 hours because days are different there.
days
Yeah.
are way different. I think
But
it's,
it'll
I
be
think it's
be
every
6
3
hour
days.
days or something like that they
I
work
think it's
and then
every
they
3
sleep.
days, isn't it? Like
I forget what it is.
3 day
but it's
rotation.
different. Yeah.
How fucking terrifying would it be? As soon as you get there, you're starting from scratch. You got to start building then
But
and there.
people do that here. People
Yeah,
do
well,
that on
of
Earth.
course, but
You start from scratch. I
Yes.
start from scratch.
but there's no you're relying on your tanks before you have infrastructure put up.
That's right.
That's fucking
But
terrifying.
see,
So
it's different for you. It's sort of, I sort of understand it, but see, it's sort of different for you because you can work on a timeline, but you sort of have a lenient timeline. If you do a job, you get probably given more time than what you actually really need to do a job.
Yeah.
If I do a job, I've sort of got to do it in an
in
actual
in
time
that
frame,
time frame.
which is what it would be like on Mars. You got to do this in this amount of time, otherwise you lose oxygen, or if you don't hit these deadlines,
Kind of like
a
speed
storm
running.
a storm might come and blow down all your supports or something like that.
Yeah. So you got to get it up built quick.
There will be
fast.
deadlines, 100%. Yeah.
You'll just want a bed, really. Like, there'll be bed on the shuttle and stuff. But
So
Maybe
the
not.
only reason why Elon wants to send the nuke is just so we can make that ozone.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Ozone. I think he wants good atmosphere.
Yeah.
Literally,
I think he's going to try and melt
look. So yeah,
all the rivers underneath.
yeah. There's frozen.
there's
there's
water.
frozen water there. All it comes to is fucking just putting a shit ton of carbon into the atmosphere while trying to start.
I think he needs to heat it up. I think he needs to,
What
heat
if
it
the
up
nuke
more.
fucks the whole planet up and just explodes it?
Well, I think
Wow,
that
it's a big planet, eh?
It
If
is
you
a big
send a
planet,
big little
but-
nuke over, that warms it up.
We've dropped nukes here before.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
not
as
the
big
people
as the
stand.
ones fucking now.
No, yeah, but like,
No, but still
actually,
they wouldn't-
no, the biggest one they dropped twice, and they just fucking cut it out. They're like, that's fucked.
Yeah.
And the shockwave went around 3 times, and the pilot just got away. Like, when the pilot signs up, it's fucking okay. There's a chance you mightn't be able to fly quick enough because this is dropped in it. I don't remember. I'm not sure if
They got to drop it at a high
I'm not sure if
altitude
it's dropped in
and
the
away.
60s or the 70s.
He had to put on a mask. That's how high he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Nitrogen
you've
mask.
got to be that height and that speed, that fucking hypotenuse. That's that
See,
separation.
that's
of you
different
and
too
death.
because if you're flying a plane, you need heaps of oxygen for that plane to be flying. And if he's in a really high altitude where there's no
He has a
oxygen,
certain amount of speed that he has to go to.
then he can't go real fast.
And there'll be so much turbulence. He'd be running through pockets of air, just whoop, whoop, whoop.
At that height, maybe not, because your winds probably wouldn't reach that high.
So,
no, you'd be surprised.
I don't
You
know.
would.
I think they only get to a certain height, but
well, this bomb, the Tsar bomber, the Russian nuclear bomb. So the two they dropped was what was it, 50 megaton bomb, and that was the one they dropped. But they estimated new calculations. They can make another one to 100 megatons, and the 250-ton they dropped, they were like, that there's no point. There's no point because it's a 63-kilometer radius that it just destroys everything.
That's all right.
and you don't just think about the initial impact. You got to think about the fallout afterwards, which is like the most damaging shit.
That is the most damaging because over time, shit, fucking.
That's right. All your ground, all the people that if they get fallout on them or shit, and they reproduce, and all their genetics are fucked.
Mutations.
Anything
That's how
they eat from the soil is fucked, and then that gets in the wind, and it travels everywhere else in
Chernobyl,
whatever radius. So yeah,
easy enough. Chernobyl. All the wildlife got fucked up. People got fucked up.
But
Even though
that's the thing, though, people
just
still live there, and there's wildlife there too. Like there's packs of different type of dogs.
a lot of people refuse to leave. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
well, I've paid enough money for this house. What the fuck? Why am I just going to leave it?
I love how the road to Chernobyl has no speed limit. It's whatever speed you want.
Actually, there's a fun thing I want to bring on this podcast. It's still in the making. There is a vodka coming out called Atomic Vodka, and it is made with grain from Chernobyl.
we have to get a go.
No, it's completely
Can I go
safe
back?
to
Yeah.
drink.
Let's just get a Geiger can just in case. I don't trust it.
Completely safe to
Yeah,
drink.
do I?
Yeah, I want to have kids and not have testicular cancer.
Yeah, me too.
It'll be a fun little thing. We can just
Yeah, sounds great. We'll bring it on the chess game, eh? Where you just pour it all into the shots and use a real strategic.
And then
that
4
game.
weeks afterwards, I develop a lump in my testicle.
Wait, did you get a third testy from that game?
Why the fuck does it glow in the dark?
What does my pee glow now?
That's a great idea. Let's do it. I'm keen to grow another third testy.
I can't wait for you to see us play shot chess because there's a lot of shots.
There is a lot of shots.
There's 36 shots all up.
We filmed an episode. It probably won't be going public because there was a lot of mucking around. It's we're still agreeing on a name, but we'll mock up the first episode so we can make improvements and adjustments to it. But there is a new show coming out soon that involves drinking and chess. And you won't get bored of it because we'll time lapse whatever is the boring bits, and it's full of games, like other games in chess. There's trivia, there's truth or dare, there's it never ends. It's
I've-
full on
I've-
going to
game.
be an abundance.
I've
of
got some
games.
more aspects to add to that as well.
Yeah, there's-
which might make it fucking even more interesting.
We might make a trailer. We might film a few just mock-up ones beforehand before we make a dead set game that we make out of, or a dead set show we make out of it.
We're gonna
But-
run out of bird's eye chili, eh?
We might make a weekly show out of that. Hopefully, it might be a monthly show or something.
Yeah,
We'll
Clay.
see.
Seg. Can you say Seg?
So
Why? So going back to the thing about the nukes.
Okay,
I've been used.
you have been
I've
used.
been fucking.
I really feel sorry for you.
Sorry.
Go
We
back.
had a good thing going there, Clay. You ruined it.
You go fucking play it.
What do you want to know about the nukes?
I watched a thing on Netflix about like old warships in World War Two.
Big Clay. Did you say seg?
And it's a, it's a fucking ship, right? Went through World War One,
Please tell me
And
this
then-
ship is a fucking nuke. The whole ship.
and then fought in World War Two, but then got decommissioned, and then got recommissioned in World War Two. And all his guns got upgraded and all that shit. And then it didn't sink through World War Two, so they decided to drop a nuke on it. The first nuke, it didn't sink, so they decided to drop another nuke on it. That didn't sink it, and so they grabbed 3 warships and shot the fuck out of it, and then sunk it. So I found that really interesting.
See, yeah, well, nukes are more effective when they detonate above something rather than on something, because the initial explosion comes from just
Away
above.
from it.
Yeah, and it absorbs so much oxygen, and then just comes down, and it's able to blow out. And that's why you see a mushroom cloud, it goes out like that and then up. That's just all that oxygen feeding into that one spot.
What I find it really cool is that like nukes, isn't it just like, yeah, it is just splitting an atom, isn't it?
Pretty much,
Nukes
yeah.
is just splitting an atom.
Mainly
Nuclear fission.
Yeah, just splitting atoms.
I believe so, yeah.
That's
A-
just what
a
causes a
atom,
nuclear.
isn't
Yeah, one
the
atom.
hydrogen. The hydrogen nukes are your strongest.
Yes, and
You're
we're,
breaking a hydrogen atom.
yeah, and it's fucking. I love how it's like so. I know it's really hard to crack or fucking split an atom, I suppose, but fuck, it looks so cool to think about that. But anyway, you guys can go back from your thing. I'm sorry about that.
It's
That's-
cool how
that was funny.
it's cool about it's cool how the building block of life, pretty much all the atoms and stuff, they're so just important that if you fucking break one in the right way with enough fuel, you could wipe out a fucking city.
You can wipe out a fucking race.
That is stupid.
You really can. If it's big enough, you can wipe out a race.
Well, yeah, you definitely could.
Yeah.
They don't even have to be a big one. You just go to one of those little islands that they still have bows and arrows and they shoot people. You drop one there, even a small one. There's none of those guys left.
Drop 300 tons of fucking TNT on the guns.
Yeah, there's none of those guys
You
left.
sit me there with a 308 with a decent scope, man.
You'll get fucking killed, though.
I'll fucking.
If you went there with a 308, you
I'll
would get
fucking.
killed. But you'd probably kill about 20 already.
If I can sneak up there, no boats, they don't know I'm there yet. If I can find a decent
Man, I reckon they'd smell
decent
you.
space
I reckon
away.
they'd smell you
No,
from
they'd
like a
track
kilometre
you.
away.
They'd have like hunters walking around grabbing their food, and then notice these tracks. Yeah, wildfire. And then go,
They don't even have a language. They don't even speak English. They probably still click.
They're like, that's a fucking big pig right there. That's a big footprint. What the
and
fuck
then
is
he's
that?
got like this big blow dart, and he sees you up in the tree. Then you fall out of the tree.
Man, that's
Oh,
rough,
fuck.
eh? They're savages,
I didn't
eh?
think about blow darts. I
What was
was
the
about to
fucking-
challenge how far you could throw a spear.
What was the fucking Duvallaki with there was a guy that sailed to one of these islands, and he was like, oh, but
Yeah,
God
the
will,
journalist.
God will take
He
care
wanted
of
to
me.
learn about it.
Well, because,
yeah,
it was
he was
never...
a Catholic.
They like skilled. Oh yeah, no, it was a missionary.
He was a Catholic or something like that. He said, God will take care of me. God will tell these people not to kill me. Blah, blah, blah.
God
walks in there
will-
with a Bible, gets eaten alive.
Yeah, he got slaughtered.
Yeah.
God
and then
can only save you so much from cannibalism.
But that's the thing, like
Really?
they wouldn't live long, eh?
Well, no,
Who?
Those people on the islands, they'd probably have like a
you'd be surprised.
like a 40, 50 year lifespan.
They'd have an average
Because
lifespan of about 30, 40 years, I reckon.
Anything that, like, say if I was turned into a cannibal and, like, I don't know, eat people all the time, I'd slowly turn insane. Anyone, any animal, any
They don't
creature.
They don't just eat people.
there's
Yeah,
fruit
but that's
and
the thing.
veg.
But like if I was just to change my palate to humans, become a cannibal, I would turn insane.
Yeah, you would.
It's
They
like
don't.
how they tried to feed cows with I can't remember what it's called, but no, they really did. I'm not joking. And fucking
I'm
like
just
the
burger
cows
cow.
went all wacky, and then meat tasted like shit and all that stuff. I don't know. It's all technological stuff, but
Yeah.
anything if it turns
No,
into a
yeah,
cannibal and eats it after a certain amount of years, turns
No,
insane.
I've heard that. A lot of people that have
Yeah.
become cannibals, not by like fucking choice, but by, you know, sheer situation, have gone insane.
And
I
there's
don't
not
know
enough
whether
protein either.
whether
See, I think-
whether it is the, like, when you're consuming it, the chemicals that comes off while digesting it sort of fuck with your head.
I reckon it's the psychological effects of eating another person.
Yeah,
I reckon that's what it'd be.
that moral standard.
I have
Yeah,
a quick
man, that's-
question for
because-
you.
That's like, if you were to do that, you'd think, like, fair enough, your survival situation or whatever. But even if survival situation, that's like, you got to think to yourself, this is fucked.
I
Like,
think
is
of
there
every
any other
possibility. This is
way?
exactly what I was just about to ask you. I think of every single possibility where I don't have to eat another human.
That's right.
I'd think about it and I'd do it. I'd try it. And if it doesn't work, obviously we're going to have to do it because we're not going to sit here and starve.
The,
That's what I was about to say.
It
If
comes
you
down to
guys-
survival.
If you guys got
Of
into
the
like
fittest.
a plane crash on a deserted island or something like that, and you could not find any other meat besides like the dead passengers, they've been dead for a couple of days. Which body part would you eat first?
the thing I was actually about to say.
Thigh.
The
No.
eye,
Thigh.
thigh.
Thickest, chunkiest bit of flesh.
I have been told by,
Buttocks.
I can't remember who, I'm not sure if it was Fairly Bangy or not, but that you can eat your own earlobes and survive, and that can be just enough to push you somewhere.
True.
You can slice your earlobes off, the blood will clot, you'll be fine.
You know what? It would have been him because he used to watch Bear Grylls all the time.
He
And would know
was
that.
in
He'd probably drink his own
actually, not
beer.
probably. In high school, start of high school, he was the Bear Grylls king man. Bear Grylls
He was the
machete.
Bear Grylls king in primary school.
No, but I
not
didn't go to
joking.
primary school with him.
I went there 1 year and I knew all about it, mate.
Yeah, you left me at fucking my
You could've
primary
come.
school.
You could have gone.
Yeah, I could have come, but I was like, oh man, it's not that far. You left in year
Year 7.
5? No, did you? Who
Year
left in
7.
year 5?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Me and Marcus left both year 7.
Yeah. No, I remember.
Around the same time.
It's like that
Marcus was around, yeah.
with all that cannibalistic stuff. Like that what is it? That group of soccer boys. They played a lot of soccer and they got in that plane crash, and like all their family members and shit. Some of them died in the crash, and like the brothers and sisters. Some of them died in the crash. They sent some of them away, and then they said, "Oh, we'll go hunting for meat," but no, they just grabbed the dead bodies out of the plane, and
Well-
fucking cut up the bodies and cooked them on the fire. And they said, "Where'd you get the meat?"
That's rough, eh?
It is rough, but like,
Like,
What
when,
can you do,
what
you
can
know?
you do? You can use, honestly, this sounds pretty dark, but what you can do is you can take the meat off, get the bones. If you snap it, bones snap sharp. Doesn't matter fucking how, they
It's a
always
weapon.
do. You got bait, you got something sharp, just wait for someone to take the bait.
that's true.
That's true, but there was also, I mean, I'm all against being vegan and vegetarianism, but
Same.
you can go look for
I don't
like
care if you're
food, like
vegan.
berries and stuff.
Or vegetarian.
You need to get meat, but
You do
just to
need-
survive for a certain amount of time,
You can get them proteins another way. Just don't push it on people.
yeah.
I don't
yeah.
care if you are, you're
That's
not.
dumb.
Like, good on
Exactly
you. Like, it's a
right.
health choice. I've seen lots of healthy people from
Yeah,
it.
there's
But
no
don't
point-
push it on anyone. Don't make it a statement.
And don't fucking post it all over fucking social media saying, "Veganism is the best! Veganism is the best!"
If I see you
Shut the
protesting meat at Coles, I will.
These animals have a life too.
Oh,
Well, your
Boy,
fucking mother
two
and
24
father,
packs of sausages in your face.
I will get the bloodiest steak I can find and wring it into my mouth.
One of your finest
Rich
One of your
Corinthian
finest
leather.
ribeye fillets, please.
I'm going to ask the butcher in the back just for the blood on the floor in a bucket, and I will
Clay's
bathe
licking
it.
the floor. Rich
Can I have the
Corinthian
ears
leather.
and the pig nose, please?
You'll hear it through the edit when what I said just then. But yeah. If you,
You
do,
might not.
you might. I'll
You
say it
might
again. Rich Corinthian leather. Ooh. I love that segment though. I so used to. I'm so sorry.
I feel.
It's like, hey Clay, say seg.
I don't.
Seg. Wait.
I don't feel safe on this couch.
I wouldn't either after
I want to
what
go
happened
home.
on the weekend.
Yeah, I might be pregnant.
That's something we don't need to talk about.
No, I'm sorry guys. I was a
No,
bit
you're right.
inappropriate. I'll shut up.
Don't worry about it too much. Here's your drinks anyway, boys.
Empty.
Alright, actually.
You want all?
Did you
I
fucking
wasn't-
finish that one already?
Yeah, wait.
I've just been drinking VB. I'm getting fucking
Thank you.
charged.
How's yours looking?
Oh, it's a bit cooler.
It's too bad you don't have any more anyway.
Oh, are you serious?
That's it. Kay's got one run left, and that's it.
Yeah.
Then we're
Oh,
empty.
damn.
Hey, wait. Caleb, seg?
Egg.
No, seg.
Egg.
No, seg. S-E-G.
Egg. Segs.
Wait.
Ha, I need a
Fucking got me. Ah.
Huh?
Hey, Caleb, drink.
Got none.
Hey, Caleb, eat a Skittle.
Okay, you
That's
can
all.
both have a rum then.
There's
Caleb,
one left. We got to share it.
that's fine.
Oh, I thought that's true. Wait.
No, we got split in half.
I think it's 3. This is 4.
That's it, man. There's one left in the fridge.
Are you sure about that?
You look for yourself. I'm brag it.
Okay, next week we will be getting more alcohol.
Oh, really? There's only one bit of alcohol left.
Oh, damn.
I wonder who's had that.
I reckon Caleb or Clay. No, Clay. I reckon you take a shot of the dead sauce.
He's got enough drinks to suffice.
I reckon you can go fuck yourself. I reckon we save that death sauce for a
When
good time.
someone
We
commits
save
a
it for
crime,
the chess game.
We'll save it for the chest.
chest cave.
For the chess show. We already used it on the chess show.
Okay.
I'll edit chess show, and then you can see, and we can make adjustments and improvements on it.
We need to figure out an alcohol that everyone likes.
I don't
By
just
the way.
about anything. Actually,
Great Northern.
I'd like to take a second here to talk to our viewers. If you have anything you want to see or suggest, leave something down in the comments.
Yes.
Like, we're always open to suggestion. You know, we like hearing feedback. I don't know, just hearing comments you have to say.
Please support us too. You can email us at fairlydinkummedia@gmail.com. You can view our website.
Hey, Clay.
We do have a website, but we also have PayPal. If you could support us, please. Thank you. Very kind, gentle ladies and men.
Good joke.
Someone farted over there.
You'll hear it in the audio.
Yeah, you'll hear the audio.
Fair enough. As long as your mic doesn't touch
Talking
it.
about your fetus again.
My feet does look good.
I got the fucking whistle laugh now.
That's from smoking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you finished smoking?
Mm-hmm.
Fairly Mark hasn't. He needs to get whacked.
Well, once we start putting like display shelves up,
Frame.
Yeah,
Of
well,
my pouch.
the pouch is still in here, bud. His last pouch ever. So that's a win for everyone.
Kangaroo Junior.
More money to buy
It's
alcohol.
it's a bit of
More money to spend on the podcast because I'm sick of spending all the money.
Really? That is... Yes. Oh, yeah. So I didn't win $600.
You didn't?
Nah, I didn't.
you
Did you win any?
No, it was multi. It was either I got everything right or you get nothing.
What was that?
Wow, that's rough.
Well-
Good thing I told you to put 10 and not 15.
Yeah.
What did you spend on? What?
I put some money on sports bet. Didn't
Oh.
turn out good.
Fucking, I've been looking at that esports bet stuff.
Actually, I have made a fair bit of money on ping pong and FIFA.
True.
Yeah, I have.
I've been watching a lot of them, like Halo Infinite. They've been doing proper actual games, like competition games with different clans.
Yeah, that's what esports is.
Yeah, and you can bet on them. But I don't know if Halo Infinite's really bussing at the moment. So
I don't think it ever will.
I think I didn't
I
realize.
mean, a lot of people loved it. Like I loved playing the campaign. Campaign was so much fun.
You just like Halo.
Halo's
It's
a
my
good game.
childhood game.
Yeah, so you're pretty biased.
Hey, you know what we should talk about? The forest.
I'll fucking kick both of your asses right here, right fucking now.
I'm glad there's an issue with that.
What's the issue?
Ashley's pretty biased.
Fuck you. No,
For those of you who don't know, Ashley likes Halo and The Forest.
they don't. That's not just the two games I like. I like more games than that. But
If it's not The Forest, he doesn't like it.
they never fucking ask me or anything. What's my favorite ever game? Because usually I always say Halo because it's my childhood game.
Fair enough. I got nothing against that.
You know what I'm half excited for?
Sake.
My penis.
I haven't. Well, yeah, but like, I haven't played a good Lego game. They haven't made a good Lego game.
Oh, they're making a new Halo.
They're making a
Lego,
Star Wars Lego game.
Star Wars Lego game.
I think
yeah.
the last time I played a Lego game was like probably when we played Indiana Jones when we were like fucking 12, man.
That was a good time.
That was a good time. But yeah, wait, this looks just fun as fuck. You can get drunk and play it. Make a drinking game out of it.
Live stream it.
We'll live stream it. We'll Twitch stream
When
it.
does it come out?
June 25th, I think.
Oh, that's plenty of time for us to get live streaming gear.
Oh,
ready.
fucking oath. You're going to see a big change from what you're seeing now to the future.
By
All
the
right,
way,
Professor X.
I know.
Big old Fairly Fordy here is going to be a constant member or constant. Fuck, what's the word for it?
We spilled our seed into him, so we've got him for 18 years at least.
Yeah.
What? Was I awake for this?
No,
I believe so. I was told you were. I wasn't part of it.
Wait, Caleb Seg.
Hmm?
Why? You just can't.
I told you, Clay, we got to get him more faith.
What is with you cunts? You just don't like me anymore.
Nah, you're a good laugh.
Have you heard of The Forest?
No, I have not. Tell me.
I know nothing about it. I played it once.
So, the
didn't
forest
like it.
is when this plane crashes somewhere, and then everyone gets out, and they're like, "Wow, what are the chances we survived?" Then, like Ashley was talking about before, nuke dropped, game over, done.
Exactly right.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's all that happened.
that's the forest. Yep.
It's actually not even a game. It's just a 2-minute video of
It's
an
a
intro.
video. Yeah, it's a cutscene.
I played it for about a day, and it wasn't very fun.
No, it's not very fun. You just got to figure out where the fun stuff is.
Oh, okay. I played Rust. You ever heard of Rust?
I played Rust.
That's pretty fun.
It is fun.
You ever
You
heard
should
of
play
like
that instead of 7 Days to Die?
you ever
Well,
heard
7
of,
Days to Die is fun.
Call of
Hey?
Duty?
7 Days to Die is fun.
Not really.
You just haven't found the fun stuff.
Exactly right. Like every time I'm like, "Oh boy, let's just go on a raid. Let's just go a big loot run." No, I'm like that. I'll just stay in the house. Yeah, fair
We got to
enough,
cook
okay.
food. We got to build more
We have
house.
so much fucking food in the containers.
Well, we got to cook more.
They got so much medical supplies. So much. They're complaining about how much water they have. Like literally, grow up. Like fucking. Let's go do something fun.
Someone's gonna get thirsty eventually.
No, they won't. You should see how many snowballs we can make out of water.
Oh fuck.
I mean, how much water we can make out of our snowballs. We got about in the game. If you get a snowball, you can make 1 cup of water out of a snowball.
I don't think I've ever seen this game. It literally just sounds like Ark without
It's
dinosaurs.
It's very very old.
Never seen 7 Days.
It's very very old. I think it's like 2001.
It is not that old. It's about 2017.
Really? The graphics are that shit.
They're really not that bad, eh?
They really are. For a 2017 game.
Yeah, have you seen 2021 games? They're like the same.
No, they're not.
Have you ever replayed old
way better.
games? Have
Yes.
you ever replayed old games, and they are not like you imagine
Call
you
of
are.
Duty World at War.
Halo 2.
Halo 2 and Halo CE. You can click them in the Master Chief collection. You can click them over the old graphics and the new graphics.
It's weird how far games have come to the point of like, what you as a kid, that was fucking just top end shit. Like, holy crap, this is like next gen. And then now it's like, oh wow, I can't see the skin cells in his face. This is clearly just Paul.
Did you turn on?
Was 2010.
Did you turn on ray tracing?
Bro, I play console.
Yeah. Speaking of
you can hate me.
Speaking of consoles and PCs, Caleb is building me a PC soon.
Am I? You didn't tell me to go ahead with that.
Well, I'm gonna wait for a bit.
You are now.
I build him a cart of items to build a PC.
There's a big cart at the moment.
Caleb's sake.
I want to hear what the goal is with this
No,
because I was told not to do it.
I really want you to do it, but I reckon that because I like.
Penis?
I really want a PC, like, very badly. But I just don't want to be, like, someone to say, because at the moment I'm not working as much as I used to, because there's fucking work at Willie's, but, yeah. Once I get, like, a job...
Willie's Wonderland.
Willie's Wonderland, fucking... Once I get a job that's always, like, full-time or casual again, I'll probably go ahead, but...
I'll tell you what, mate.
More later.
I'll tell you what. If you get a PC, your full-time job can be this. You can edit full-time.
Not making money off it.
If you put enough content out daily or weekly or whatever, you can make money quick off it.
That's true. But...
And the quicker we get things edited and the more shows we get edited constantly, the more content we get out, and that gives more variety for people to watch. Which incentivize more views and sponsors possibly.
Well, I'll talk to you more about it after this.
Yeah, right.
More personal stuff.
Because that's what I was thinking about today. Even if something like how Smith has gone to hospital today.
I didn't even fucking know that.
Yeah, I only found out not too long ago.
If something like that happens to like me or something like that, something like this probably can't happen.
Well, you can just give me the memory stick and I'll take it to Kate and she fucking...
I mean, you can't set this up.
Well,
you can't...
Well, not with that attitude.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Show us, Caleb.
I've got to do
You just do it.
Maybe you should have.
You should show a bit of initiative and watch.
Excuse me, I fucking do.
Next week you can set it up.
I did it at fucking the Studio One. I took a little bit of initiative and watched you and tried to ask you how to do with this stuff, and you're like, oh, this just plugs into there. Fucking yeah, that's it.
This is plugging.
I was just like,
plug in a PowerPoint every once in a while.
I'd rather have a yeah.
So if I show you how to do that,
we can
you
set
can
it
get the
up.
show on the road. Then you can do.
And if you're a crook or something, we can just fucking set up the podcast.
That's him. That's the idea.
If we start making money, we could nearly leave this room fully plugged in all the time.
Hey, Clay.
Hey.
Wow.
I was going to
really.
say it again, but I won't.
You don't want to waste aircon if we're not using it.
Oh, maybe not the aircon, but maybe things running. Like
Fridge.
The fridge is about all you need
money,
running.
we can leave the... We want to make money, guys, so start sharing this to your friends and fuck a positive remit.
Yeah, if you're enjoying content, just share it around.
If you think it's funny and you think your friends are going to think it's funny, definitely share it around because we can keep the fridge pod going all week. Have cold beers in there constantly, and you never know, we might see you around someday and buy you a beer.
Yeah.
That's very possible at the pubs.
That is
At the
very
pubs,
possible.
Yes. We go to the pubs.
There's about, well, not me at this point in time.
Not
But it's
him,
possible
he's a faggot.
these two here, and we'll see you at the pubs. Very possible.
He just doesn't want to get a third arm
Yeah, pretty much.
or a third eye.
Yeah. I respect my body enough not to get a third eyeball.
Too bad we get like our cocks like grow like 2 times the size. And he's just a tiny fella.
It already is. If it grows, he's
Like-
right.
I respect you for admitting that.
Thank you.
Tiny dick.
Forever known as Tiny Dick. That's alright.
Oh, well. Well, what time are we at?
At 8:50 something.
Is it?
No,
Oh.
what about how many hours we filming for?
Not enough yet.
Not enough yet.
Not enough yet.
Well, before we started, we were at 14 minutes
No. On what?
on the recording.
There's also going to be cutting and editing and stuff.
There
Before
will be
we
that.
clap.
I also can't see the time.
Yeah, I'm blind.
An hour and 36:53.
Holy fuck.
Perfect. Half an hour.
So do you want to get to hour 40?
What's that?
That was the camera turn.
I'm so
Why did the camera... Okay, well, this is a great interval.
I just can't find it.
How you going? Welcome back to the Fairly Dinkum News. I'm your host, Fairly Fordy, back again with another skit for the podcast. Now, as you can see, we are having some technical difficulties at the moment, once again, and sorry to inform you about this delay. But in the meantime, enjoy some lovely content in the background.
So anyway, so he was behind me and he just pulled the
Okay.
anal beads out like a ripcord to start up a lawnmower.
No,
Anyway.
we've just come back from some technical difficulty. Sorry if you missed a few minutes of content. We didn't realise that one camera filled up and the other one died.
It didn't die. It was
We're out of
close.
sodas. You
It
didn't even
was-
shut the door properly.
It was partially my fault.
Fuck off.
It's meant to be energy efficient. It's not going to be efficient if the door's open, alright?
No, I get the room colder.
Honestly, it's got to be a carton episode. We got to fill that fridge up.
Yeah. Oh, no. Carton episode at least.
We're going to have like an extra 4 cartons out there. So we don't, once a month.
We
should
order a
buy
pallet.
cartons.
We order a pallet.
Would we get it cheaper?
If
Oh,
we
we
order
should-
a pallet,
we
probably.
should
Oh,
talk-
no. We wouldn't get
we'll
cheap.
Could you imagine how many points we get at Star Liquor?
Wait,
All the points.
we'll get fucking cheaper alcohol from Fairly Ray.
I'm not fucking buying
We
tons.
could
cunt.
possibly.
I'm not drinking tons.
You don't have to drink tons.
Tons,
You just
yeah,
have a
no.
few. You just have a few bulk cartons out there just to fill it up.
Yeah, that's
Every
what I'm
week.
talking about. Like, so say we do once a week. At least every night we drink a carton.
It'll be
Yeah.
now that we've got the other show. It'll be at least twice.
It'll
a
be
week,
everyone
won't it?
pretty much drinks a 6-pack an episode.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, at least a
pretty much
6-pack per
carton
person.
a week. So if we buy 4 cartons a month,
yeah. So it's about
And, and
200
then on our
bucks.
special episodes, like we'll be drinking whatever you bring in an SQ pretty
and then
much.
if we start making a fuckload of money off like sponsors and shit, you know, blah blah blah. I'm not holding our breath, but if we do, we can do like a I don't know something classy, or we can buy big bottles and expensive bottles.
We should get those like, what's his name? Like Dan Ackram or whatever his name is from Ghostbusters. That does like the special
Dan Acker-
vodka. And
We tried that, didn't we?
was that the one, the Crystal Head vodka? It
We
was
tried that-
actually.
Did we try that at
I
Benny's?
bought that, and yeah, I bought it to Benny's, and I bought it to a few
Dan
other parties.
Aykroyd's Crystal Skull
Dan
vodka
Aykroyd, that's it.
tastes like fucking dead old
Yeah,
and
it's-
smells the exact same.
It's
That is the.
don't buy it.
Was it good? Was it like medicine? Like
Don't
did it
buy it.
seal your wounds?
It felt like
yeah, it would seal
cleans
you.
ya.
Yeah, it would seal you.
Antibacterial.
Hella, it's pure
It's
potato.
hella fresh.
No,
Pure potato.
I think we all need to agree we're gonna fill up that fridge with carton mids.
Carlton mids, yeah.
I don't
fucking no, ew.
Carlton mids, mate.
No, fucking Northern's
I
the
reckon
best
we-
way to
Where
go.
we fill it with VB?
I reckon.
Northern.
Shut up.
It's a Northern fridge, man. You gotta
Yeah.
do Northerns.
Yeah, Northern then.
At least we can all agree on Northern.
We'll do tinnies because tinnies have more than stubbies, but we need stubbies because of the bottle cap.
I reckon Stubbies because they're
Stubbies,
funded.
and they taste better.
yeah.
That's true. Okay.
You
Well,
can fit a fair few on there.
we'll see.
You can fit a carton easy.
We'll see whatever pubs are cheapest.
Hmm.
And
I
maybe
think
once a month-
BWS is the cheapest for drinks. I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Once a month, we'll like keep stocking up.
I'd also like to say that if you own a business or know someone who owns a business who would like to sponsor just to get the name out, like
If
more
you're
than happy
local-
to contact us. We'll put the
And if you are
email
local
in the.
too, and you're struggling, to
Email
get,
be in
customers,
description.
We can promote your business, and we can get other people to promote your business too.
Also, if there's any, like what we were talking about before, if there's any audio producers around the North Queensland area that want a bit of exposure, message us because Clay wants some backing music.
Definitely
Yeah,
do.
so if you make music content, just give us a hit up or put a comment.
What are your qualifications, Clay?
Qualifications. Oh, that's a tough one.
Like
You like
we know you want
jazz?
your life. You like jazz? No, you want your lo-fi.
Something lo-fi, nothing slow paced, sort of upbeat.
We just want to have it so
It doesn't have to be a stupid amount of bass. It's got to be a backing
when
track.
we're not talking, we want something to mellow you guys out and just keep you guys interested in it a little bit.
We'll put an email to contact down in the description if you want any of the things we just listed, sponsor, music wise. Just let us know and we'll communicate back with you. And yeah, we'll go from there.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. Maybe the end of this week, maybe next week. We'll see how it plays out. We get it going. We got the website too. That's pretty much it now as well, so people can contact us through that.
Yeah.
which is I'll leave a link for that, but that's just fairlydinkum.com.
Yeah,
So-
easy enough.
Whatever. I was gonna go for .com.au, but I thought, I mean, we're a global media company, so I won't just have it as Australian.
It'd be very cool if we can go outside Australia.
That'd be fun, but that'll be a few years probably if that ever happens because everyone's borders.
We need like a good boost. Like
We need to start Twitch streaming. That's all it comes down to.
No,
You start
I
Twitch
reckon,
streaming, that's opening
even
to
if we
so
like
much.
do a bit of skits, and like I know it's cringy, and I know not many people like it.
Dude, I fucking
Do some
love skits. I love doing
We
skits.
can do TikToks, I don't care.
We can make a Fairly Dinkum TikTok account and
You-
do some just stupid shit.
You know I have no shame.
Exactly right, and we can film it. Everything we film at a party,
We can
Even
film
the
your
stuff
lack
that
of
we
shame.
even the stupid shit we got, we can make it into a TikTok
Ooh,
just to try to get our name out there. You know what I mean? Like,
There's so many routes that we could go for that, like Twitch or YouTube or
yeah. We
TikTok.
need
Live
to
streams
expand.
would be
We
fun.
don't just need to say
Live streams would be
one-
very fun.
We don't need. We just need. We can't stay at one thing.
Yeah.
We need to expand and need to get
See-
more options.
I personally would love live streams just because of the fact of that people can tell us what they want to see and we can do things like dares or like
That we get that live feedback and live interaction with audience members.
yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
awesome to interact with people.
Yeah,
Especially like I used to stream a while back and like I had a few I think I made I think I had 1,300 viewers at one point. It's nothing massive, but like fucking it was fun to hear all the comments and stuff while you're just playing games.
Yeah, that's good. Like I said to you, we'll definitely get that set up.
Honestly,
That won't be
I just
hard
wanna
to set
play
up.
Crash Bandicoot on Twitch.
Yeah, we can do that. We can just do Crash Bandicoot, Die for Die.
We drink for every box that is smashed.
We drink for every death, every box, every
Every
ooga, every booga, booga. Everything.
Did you play the whole trilogy?
And
In one sitting.
we each dress up as a Crash Bandicoot character.
Yeah, then.
What's the
No,
fucking big retarded muscly cunt?
Oh, that's Crash, but that's his.
Yeah, it's like
that's
Mecha
one of his
Crash.
forms.
Yeah, Titan Crash or something like
Yeah,
that. I think.
something like
Titan.
that. Or it's
I
Super
thought it
Crash.
was like his. I thought
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have any brothers. He's only got a sister.
I'll
Not
dress
that
up.
I know of, unless they've added some new law where he.
No, Connor talked to us. No, sorry, not Connor. Fairly Daniel talked to us last night about this.
Mhm.
And we said Coco is his sister.
Coco is his sister, but he has a girlfriend as well.
They said there were two girls, yeah.
Who's the cunt with the fucking N on his head? The bad guy?
Mr.
Mr. Miyagi.
No, Mr. Newt.
Nefar?
Mr.
Nefar,
Nut?
Is
No,
it?
that's from Ratchet and Clank.
No,
Dr.
that's
Nefar-
Crash Bandicoot,
Dr.
thank you very
Nefarious.
much.
Dr. Nefarious.
Dr. Nefarious with the yellow guy with the end. That's Crash
It
Bandicoot.
has to start with an N, man. I'll
pretty
dress up
sure.
as him, honestly. Even though he's a midget and I'm 6'4".
I remember playing one of the Crash Bandicoot games where you're flying in a plane as Crash Bandicoot. You're shooting down his planes, and
It might be. I thought it was Ratchet and Clank, but it might be.
I don't think it's Ratchet and Clank. I think Ratchet and Clank has a different guy. But this guy's yellow with the lightning type hair,
Yeah, I can't remember. Ratchet and Clank had the robot guy.
and
They got the alien robot dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have that
where he
too.
has like
Purple dude.
crystal skull sort of shaped
Yeah.
head, but
Yeah, they
like
have that
there's
too,
a bunch
yeah.
of gears.
Hmm.
but I'm 100% sure they had the guy, the yellow guy with the N
Yeah,
on his forehead.
that was
Looked like Harry Potter, but faggot.
Dude, he had like no hair and a goatee. I mean, if what fucking Harry Potter did you watch?
The pedophilia one. The pedophilia one.
You watched the Australian version.
It was the Australian
Have you
version.
ever heard the
Harry
fucking-
Potty.
Have you ever heard the Australian charm?
Hazza!
Hazard Potter.
Huzzah!
Has a pot.
Hermione. Oh, I don't know.
Hey, Clay.
Seg.
Wait. No. Yeah, well, we got heaps of stuff coming up. Yeah, please tell us what you'd like us to do, like what you'd like to see.
Yeah, just leave a comment. Tell us, hey, I want to hear this. I want to hear talk about this. And I'll tell you what, we'll talk about it.
Message us on Facebook,
Yeah, Facebook, Insta,
Twitter,
Facebook,
everything.
Instagram, Snapchat, Tinder.
We don't have a Tinder.
I don't know.
We don't know how to do it.
No Tinder. Don't you worry.
I'm just gonna state that real quick.
He doesn't have Tinder,
No,
but he has Grindr.
I fucking told you that in confidence.
Real quick, wait, Caleb, seg.
What'd you say? You have Grindr?
Yeah, his name is @Clay on Grindr. No.
At Fairly Clay on Grindr.
Bro, there's local DILFs fucking 1.3 k's away from me. You think I'm going to pass on that
What's
opportunity?
the fucking figure when, like, people are, like, there's elderly blokes who are, like, into My Little Pony and shit. Aren't they called bronies or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, local bronies after it, right?
Local bronies.
Bro hoof. Bro hoof me, bro.
Bro horse.
We sick.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea. So, what do you want to do to this place? You want to tell our viewers what your ideal studio situation is?
Okay. So, ideal situation of the studio, where I want to change it. One, new lighting. You see the lighting's, it's only so much. Maybe better white lighting.
Clay's cock. Caleb's cock. And then my cock.
Anyway, continue.
That's what we'll have on the back.
A bit more soundproofing, more LEDs. What else? Like all
Better
else.
cameras don't cut out.
Better cameras. We're all looking at better cameras for the studio.
Stands.
Yeah, stands.
If
Lighting.
we're getting cameras, we're getting stands with the cameras.
More, definitely more foam, so we can expand it. Like I think Clay wants it to his height, where he can put his arm length up.
Yeah.
That's the perfect.
Yeah, we got
height
another
for
20
us.
pack or something. I don't think we need another 40.
No, not another 40. If we get another 40, we'd have to do it like around, all the way.
More like
The more
either
the merrier.
lino or rugs in here.
Lino's a big
I was
one,
looking
reckon.
at a fog machine just for the floor. You might be able to see it. You might be able to just sit. I just want it for us. I just want a fucking fog machine there. Also, shelves or even just like, in the middle of the table here, just collectibles. All of us play games. We all get limited edition stuff. Like,
I was going to talk to you about that table.
yep.
I think I was talking to Ashley about it last night. The direction we've got our chairs in, I reckon we make a wooden table. That's like a triangle with a cut at the top like that.
Yeah.
So we can still swing the door open, but
Why
we
don't
can
we
make
just
one.
may as well make the bottle cap table?
No.
While we're at it.
Just
Nah,
make
we're not
one.
there yet.
No, we're not there yet.
Unless,
Your supporter, your bottle caps.
unless you want to see
That's
me
just a little jar.
fucking
And all
Very
moan.
marks.
little jar, it's pretty big.
Well, I wanted to make a big one.
Yeah, but we can make a small one.
Well, I think we make a prototype that
Enough
we can
where
use.
it has to be something we can
But
walk
Because
not
that's
the
going to
bottle
get
caps.
seen all the time if we do it.
Yeah, we can make a good wooden table
Yeah.
just for now, but then we eventually, once we fill that up enough and the other things, we can make a bottle cap table.
Okay.
Eventually.
Eventually.
But I reckon we can make one that suits the angles of the couches and stuff, which will be schmack.
So you make it like a triangle, but you cut the edge off so that can still swing open.
I want
And you
to
can
be able
walk
to
through
walk
it.
around. Eh?
Yeah.
We can literally just have the thinnest strip where mics can come in and out.
Yeah.
Honestly,
That's what I
You
was
don't even
thinking,
need
though.
it.
or we
I
could just
really-
screw it actually into the fucking.
Oh, I was
I
thinking we
really want the
recess
mic.
it and bolt it.
I really want the mics just on the corner.
Actually,
of the
yeah.
couches.
That'd be so.
That's not a bad spot either, but even if yeah, we got a table and we can bolt them through, it's not a bad.
Like, even if we get like a piece of wood, measure out this fucking V or this little like triangle thing here, just fucking drill in a piece of wood each side, and then just drill in the fucking mic here.
So it's a good idea. The other thing is you stuff your chair up then. Like you're drilling into your chair and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I understand.
That's okay.
When else are we going to use these chairs?
You've already fucked this chair,
I'm not
haven't
trying to
you?
impress everyone.
No, but if you want to sell these or something, like if we might
No,
upgrade
bro.
these chairs, we
We'll
can sell them
just-
for $50.
We will fucking use these chairs until they are destroyed.
They're small chairs. Well, they're not small chairs, but you can only have 4 people in here at a time.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. I do understand that.
I only
like,
really got 4 mics as well.
Exactly right.
I got more mics.
We just have to
That's
limit
not a big issue.
ourselves to X amount of people a week.
Yeah. No, that's right. But I'm just saying for long term, like it's a good
Long
idea
term,
and stuff. But
This is just a starter, man.
We're only starting off. So long term, I reckon what we do, in my head, long term is we make a fair bit of money off of our YouTube or off of our podcast. We expand this room, make the podcast room bigger. I can have a shit ton more people. That way we can have 2 to 3 people on at a time. Like with us 3, and then another 3, like 6, 7, 8. I don't give a fuck. But like this is all in the long run, so I'm never gonna hold my breath for it. But you know what I mean. Like
yeah,
it's
no,
a
I know what
dream,
you mean.
and I'm willing to chase it.
Well, that's what I was talking about to Clay the other day about making us a big Well, I was talking about renting out or leasing out a place or renting or
lease
something.
out a fucking place in the middle of
Clay was saying even if we got to that stage, we could make this into the shed into a creator.
There's
hub.
joint. Like, do you remember? Like, you see how much like stores and stuff are shut down like across the road there from like
Future
IGA.
Caleb.
Man, some of them places are fucking massive. We could totally rent one of them.
Well, that's what I was thinking. That's
Future
exactly what I was
Caleb,
And
thinking.
put
bleep
money
the name
back
of the
into the
town that I
town.
just said.
Huh?
I said the town's name.
He said the town.
We
Just
can bleep
bleep
that.
I bleep it normally.
I just told you, future Caleb. Could you bleep it, please?
Yeah, I heard it. I was going to say,
Okay,
remember
good.
to bleep this. Yeah, that's all right. But yeah, no, I had that's what I was thinking before I was talking to you about this. One of those old shops that, they're not really run down, but they're not being used anymore.
They're
I
not
think you
being
can,
like,
like, lease
oh
it
man,
for,
the
like,
carpets
They're all,
in there.
they're all for purchase. You can buy those places.
Oh, true. I thought you can lease them.
You can
Yeah,
lease them, but you
for
can
fuck all as well. Apparently,
yeah, but you could probably buy them for stuff all as well. So,
We have
but
a
that
merch
depends.
store.
Yeah, but that we don't really want an in-house merch store. We don't want our merch store to be here. We
See,
don't want
if-
people.
No,
making-
no, here. Like, if we were to get that fucking like one of them buildings, we can just
see,
sell
my
merch there
concern
too.
is if we've gotten to the point where we are starting to make enough money to lease out a place, we've really got to look at security.
Oh, fuck
Because
yes.
if you put that there, I know that many people will walk past and be like, "Oh wow, there's something here. Let's break through the glass." Like easy enough. It's
not a
like,
big issue.
Fuck yeah.
I
like
can put up
We'll
cameras.
put Nala in there.
yeah, we'll put my dog in there.
We'll put fucking
slit
big.
throats.
No, I reckon we'll just have just good security, cameras, everything.
Good alarm. Fucking,
I can do
Fucking
that.
good alarm.
That's
like
easy.
the alarm at IGA, as soon as something happens, fucking the alarm goes off. Cops are there within 5 minutes. So
Well, cops are in there within their respective time period.
yeah, but you don't understand.
No, we're on a smoker break, boys. We'll get there soon.
No, have you seen that? It's a video. I'm not sure if it's a TikTok or not, where someone has an Amazon like Alexa, and he's like, "Alexa, security mode," and then all the lights shut off, and there's nothing but red light, and then Alexa says, "Welcome to the rice field, motherfucker," and then Fortunate Son starts playing.
I've seen that.
Guy runs an American suit. Some box bone.
I've heard one that's I think it's the same. It says Amazon Alexa, there's an intruder or something like that, and then the lights turn green and it goes, "Get out of my swamp!" It starts playing All Star.
Oh, it's amazing. We need to set up just like that.
Yeah, I'll buy some minis for Nia, some Googles. We'll set it up.
Hey, what happened to Joji? What happened from Filthy Frank to Joji? What was the period that fucking split everything there? Because he went from, like, I don't know, what I can only assume a declining mental state to.
No, I don't think
instead
it
of
was
that
just a
comedy-
declining mental state. I think it was a declining physical state too. 'Cause
Yeah.
His character of Filthy Frank was ruining his voice. It was affecting his voice too. That's
Yeah,
why he
putting
stopped.
that
I think
voice
that's
on.
I think that's mostly why he stopped.
But now with his singing, he does have a nice fucking little haze to his voice.
Yeah, because of how much he ruined his voice. on
That
Filthy Frank.
that voice is very tough.
Mm.
It's literally just roaring.
But he
through.
makes good music too.
Oh yeah, no, he's fucking. He's
And he's put out a few albums and a few singles and stuff in the meantime. So
very chill stuff. Nothing major.
I think a lot of it's been chill.
Yeah.
It's definitely very different from his Pink Guy music. I'll just say that.
Fucking love Pink Guy.
Yeah,
That was a classic. YouTube has changed so much from where it started.
from the edgy YouTubers to all the soft.
Pretty
people
much
that
like
there are
from
now.
what I've seen. You go back and look at fucking first episodes of Smosh Man
Hmm.
to like the company they built now. Like
They made a joke. They made a joke video about that not so long ago, actually, where Ian was still like sort of being the old Smosh character that he used to put on,
that fucking
and
bowl
all
cut.
the new cast was sort of like, Ian, you can't do that anymore. You can't be saying that. And he was like, what? This is Smash. And he was like, you should watch it. It's pretty funny, but yeah, like it makes it. It's sort of like sad. Like I think in the comments it was like, yeah, I mean, I get the video, but it's actually pretty sad to see YouTube's just decline to this state.
It's become so fucking like PC. Like it's become so correctional on
PC.
everything you do.
Yeah. Which is
Like
sad.
it's no longer
that'll
just.
affect us because we're very.
Oh yeah,
un-PC.
It originally was just a place to upload content. Like
That's right.
there was like no fucking borderline to what you did, and then now it's just constantly monitored.
Guidelines and moderators and everything. Yeah.
And that's the thing that sucks, man. And honestly, I feel like maybe there will be another company that will just realize that
There are
can change
companies.
that.
There are companies.
but nothing
But
blowing
nothing-
up yet. Because
nothing big
YouTube
enough
YouTube
to
has
take
built
over
that
YouTube.
powerhouse so hard that like everyone knows YouTube. It comes stock standard on a lot of devices now.
Yes, but the other thing is that because it's owned by Google and Google's the biggest search engine, they push down anything that's trying to come up. They don't show it.
Which isn't fair.
They shut it down. It's not fair.
Like
But from a business standpoint,
Look
what
at-
would you do?
look at where fucking Google was. They're gone from a business standpoint rather than like reality of how they started. It's gone to that point where like we've made it this far. Let's keep it like that. It's gone from what they wanted, which was like, to share stuff. Now it's become just about them, which is sort of fucked in hindsight.
Yeah, but you see that with Metaverse too, where Facebook's now this big company. It's the same as Google and YouTube, where say your Facebook was your YouTube, and Google is now your Metaverse or your Meta.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's all being capitalized and it's all being brought under big umbrellas. So they just push what they want and their views. It's very political too, I believe. So, how you
Hey,
doing?
I got a question for you fellas.
Hmm.
Do you reckon Ready Player One will actually happen? Have you seen that movie?
Yes, it's a possibility.
It is with the Metaverse.
Well, pretty much. but
expanding now. I
To
think so.
that point of like VR
Immersion?
Yeah, that point of immersion.
Yes, and it's inevitable that it
Like-
will happen.
Like we have been looking at like 360-degree treadmills, so you can get a
There
full
is one
immersion,
already built,
but it's
Yeah, dude.
not to.
but it's the size of a room, twice this size.
No,
It's
it's not.
fucking.
It's massive.
No, it's not.
It's
It's not.
not.
Fit one in this room. The Omni tracks you can fit in this room.
But it's not to that point of what they show in the movie. It's still tracks that keep recentering you.
No, you've been to Kingpin and Townsville? They have them there.
Do they?
Yeah,
God.
it's like those old baby jumpers that
Yeah.
like parents put them in.
Yeah.
It's basically one of those harnesses, and it's an omnidirectional tracked treadmill. So
So it tracks you.
it tracks whichever
Front
way
of
you run or you walk or something
Yeah,
on the actual
okay.
trackpad, and you're harnessed in so you can swing around,
Yeah.
but you can't actually get out of your little circle.
Yeah.
And if you run or jump, it senses and it tracks that stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So in a sense, we've already got that. We don't. You can.
We
You
don't
can do
have
it.
anything that can
fuck
run that sort of fucking program, like an open universe, really.
They have
Open
zombie
universe.
games you can play with it in Kingpin and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They have games that are made and built for that sort of
But
stuff.
you're looking at online, like
Excuse me.
literally the size of a solar system, really. Different planets, different fucking.
But are you talking about you want to try and walk in a solar sandbox sort of thing?
Like
Like
o-
what it
open world, exactly like a movie.
It's not exactly. It's like
It is possible,
open world,
But,
I
it's
mean
it's
very,
gonna be hard to have a powerhouse and an engine that can run that big of a space because, like, you're looking,
We could do it now.
you're
because
looking at,
honestly, it's a virtual world. It's nothing. It's not real. It's not like a computer now. Say a fucking strong computer. I'm talking about like you're spending 10 grand on this computer, or even more. However expensive a computer is, right? Say you're running I don't know, say a massive fucking map that takes a fuckload of everything to run. It's just chewing the shit out of the power of the PC. That PC's strong enough, it'll run it, obviously. But it might struggle, it might render a few bits. it
yeah,
won't render it completely straight
the
away.
only thing that's gonna affect it is the rendering system.
Because like
Absolutely.
we don't have the speed at the moment with like internet. Internet's like we have fucking shitty speed, especially for around the world. If you want to play internationally, it's not like that's why there's lag and there's ping and yeah, it's.
You got to think about No Man's Sky. Remember when that came out?
Oh yeah, that was
but
that still had a big rendering system.
It did have
Yeah.
a big rendering.
and it's meant to be basically an infinite amount of planets.
Yeah, it's an infinite game. That was the
So-
big selling point.
Yeah. So technically, it's sort of possible to get to that stage where you have that much open world, and it's also first person, which is what VR would be. You can play No Man's Sky VR. So technically, it's you can.
Fun. I love No Man's
So
Sky,
technically,
but no
it's
one
already
plays.
made and it's already possible. They've just got to bring like that Omnics tracks, and you know how you can get the Vive trackers that if you hook them up right, they actually can track your joints and stuff. And
Yeah,
the
just the same
Valve
way, like-
index controls actually track your fingers and stuff.
Yeah, like
If you
motion
had
capture, like
all
we
that
see in-
technology, if you had all that technology and combined it into say No Man's Sky, you've got that Ready Player One immersiveness already, and you can get the vests that you put on that you.
Yeah, I've
that when you
actually
hit into
seen
those
them.
spots,
You can
feel
hook them
those
up.
shocks and stuff.
Yeah, you can feel. Yeah,
We've technically got all the gear and technology we need. We just don't have that software development that's all combined and conjoined into one sort of system.
Fair enough.
it's gonna cost a lot of money, not only just to get there, but if you want to play it, to
Yeah.
actually play it.
That's right.
Starting off anyway, like things could get better, things could get worse. You know, resources decline.
Anyway,
Well, that's why graphics cards are so hard to get nowadays, and phones and
That's
other
because
computers and
fucking
stuff.
China bought most of
Anyway,
them to mine Bitcoin.
Yeah, but that's true. That's why
That is
AMD's
true. That's why the PS5 shorted and stuff. Actually, a lot of cars as well needed a certain chip out of it. And that's why car production has stopped for a while.
Yeah, because of copper and gold and mining and all that stuff's just declined. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
No, you're not stopping us. We're talking.
it's fucking 2 hours, cunt.
Then go.
I'm
We'll keep
hungry
talking.
as fuck.
We'll keep talking. You're right.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, it's
You're-
alright.
you're
We'll keep
hungry.
talking.
And I want to end it here so I can go home and cook a feed.
Yeah, you can
What
go.
is the
That's
time?
alright.
9:30.
It is 9:30, just about 9:30.
Yeah, alright then.
We'll end it here, I reckon.
We'll end it here
We're
because
at 2
Ashley's
hours
a
and
pussy.
9 minutes. I'm sorry that I'm a pussy, guys, but every time I talk to someone, they say, "Why is it so long?"
Because they're idiots and they don't understand what a
And
podcast
I
is.
said this to them. I said, "Well, podcast is supposed to be like an hour to."
You're supposed to listen to
A
them
good
while you work or
podcast
while
should
you
be
drive.
anywhere between like 50 minutes to an hour and a half, really.
Yeah, exactly right.
Of
And
content.
they say, "Oh, just keep it at 30 minutes," but I'm like, "No, well, podcast is supposed to be like for an hour. Like you talk
They
about
got to
shit."
be at least like an hour
Yeah.
to like
So, but
2
anyway,
or
um,
3 hours.
Thank you very much for listening. I'm sorry that I'm hungry and I need to go home and cook food.
I think
I have a life to live.
So,
I was gonna say something. I was gonna say
But
why
anyway,
6 o'clock's too early. I think maybe.
thank you.
I mean, we start at 7:30.
I think 6
6:30.
o'clock is honestly a good time.
6:30.
Because if he's hungry and he wants to go home early,
Bro, have a snack before.
Well, I
Is
did
it a
have a
fucking
small
dick?
snack, but it wasn't anything major.
Well, you should add a bigger
what about Skittles? Do they
They're
not
not,
feed
they're
your
not
need?
satisfying me, eh?
Nothing will satisfy you.
You might.
It's all right. You go and have your
Anyway.
food.
But we actually are ending it here.
Yeah.
Okay, all right then. Well, thank you for listening. You will be seeing a lot more of Fairly Clay
Fucking oath.
and a lot more, obviously, with me and Fairly, but Caleb.
He needs his food.
Yeah, man, he's out of
I'm
it.
losing it.
He's gone.
Sustenance is going.
We've got more
But,
shows.
I think every
More
single
content.
episode that's going to come up, I said this in the last one, but the last one fucked up. You're going to see this room change. And it's going to change probably every week. Probably. Not guaranteeing it, but
The more donations come, we might get to the point where we're not even in this fucking
we'll
room.
make that number turn to 0.
Every cent. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
so.
a big cost that's been put
No,
on
we'll make it-
making this.
A negative to a positive.
That's already a positive. We want to make it a negative.
What do you mean?
That's a positive amount. We don't want it to be a positive
No,
amount.
we want that's a negative because that's how much we've lost already.
Yeah.
How much we've spent on it.
It
We wanna
depends on
make
how you look at
positive
it.
and
Yes.
Yeah.
we make.
It
Two
depends.
sides to
There's two sides. It
Sorry,
depends on how you look
I
at it.
thought you were trying to go.
Anyway, guys,
Thank
thanks
you
for
for listening.
watching.
We'll see you next week.
Listening, yeah.
Listening, watching, whichever one you're doing. But yeah, we'll see you next week on the Fairly Dinkum podcast.
Please leave a comment below, like, subscribe. Helps us in the fucking algorithm.
Hit that notification bell,
And
and you'll get
fuck
notified every time we put an episode out.
You. Hey Clay. Seg.
Bye.
Bye bye. I'm sorry guys.
Oh, I need a piss.